I don't know. To be honest, probably around midnight is fine.
That's fine. Okay. Please tell me how loud the following sound is.
Oh, my ears.
Is it really loud?
We ain't heard shit.
Yeah, we hear sound.
Ambient pirate ship sounds.
Wait, can you guys
Actually,
see everything that's in the jukebox right now?
Yep.
Ah, so you can
But
see all
that
the other
sound
stuff?
is like
I can
perfect
only
volume.
see what's playing right now.
Oh, okay.
Ambient pirate ship sounds.
Alright, second beer is cracked. Cheers, fellas.
Nice.
Ooh, this is much stronger hoppy flavor.
Wait, this is a pirate ship?
I just wanted the sounds. Okay, so Steve's here, Joe's here, Spider's here. JD, are you here?
Maybe.
Alright,
Oh
JD
god, he's
might
not
be
here.
He might be here.
What do
Okay.
we do?
Hey, I found his email address and phone number.
I
So-
at least have his phone number.
As a short recap,
I think his business phone number.
the members of the party that were still on the boat were in the
Yeah,
hold
up in
when
here.
the ship came under attack by what appear to be large lizard-like creatures, but with kind of a humanoid shape. They attacked very suddenly. They did seem to be quite exhausted, seemingly from a very tiring event leading up to the battle, so they're not coming in at 100%. But they do have the element of surprise, and they, so far, have matched, or nearly matched, your guys' numbers. Alright, before we left, Dunwood came down from the top decks and let everyone know that there are more of those creatures on board.
You conveniently forgot he fucking judo chopped some dude's fucking skull off.
Yes, he did use that big, scary blue-black axe of his to completely decapitate.
Who,
one of
Dunwood
the,
did?
Yeah, dude. You
no,
weren't
no,
on the
not-
boat,
not
so you
Dunwood,
wouldn't
Burnley,
know.
Burnley. Burnley used that humongous axe, and I don't know. They might have not been here for that part, but I think they were.
They were here,
Um,
but not on a boat.
Faisal managed to pick the lock of Holg's confinements, and Holg, in his half-orc rage at being free, he smashed apart his manacles, he broke open the chest that contained his weaponry, and he proceeded to help everybody out with murdering these lizard creatures. So the last thing to happen was Dunwood telling everyone that there is more of those creatures on board, and from here we will take off. After saying that, Dunwood climbs back up and disappears from sight.
An asshole.
Holg decides this is a perfect time. He runs back over to the chest.
It's a perfect time to what?
Well, you're gonna
I
find
didn't-
out.
Oh,
He
you just said
reaches
it's
in.
a perfect time, and then you just, like, it cut out, I thought.
So he reaches in, and you see him put on a piece of armor that it looks a little bit worse for wear. It's seen some fights, but it's in pretty good condition. And he puts on the breastplate and takes, well, less time than you'd think to throw on the rather thick piece of steel armor. After that, he picks up a few more odds and ends from inside the chest. So amongst the things that he puts away, you do notice a small pouch that you can only assume is containing some gold. He also retrieves a crossbow and a few other odds and ends, some clothes, and a small pack of equipment that he was carrying. After that, he turns and definitely looks a little bit more ready for battle. And he says, "Right then, I'm getting off this ship. You can come with if you'd like." and he bolts. He starts really fucking motoring. He clearly does not want to be here for much longer. Okay, what is everybody else doing? Holg is about to leave the deck.
Is he just jumping out the cannon window?
No, he's climbing the ladder. He's going onto the main deck.
I thought he was leaving the ship.
He is, but apparently he wants to go to the main deck first to do that.
I mean, like, I guess I'm going up there. I got some more bitches to kill.
Alrighty. Can you move your character?
Maybe. There you go. Kanye the Giant goes to the ladder.
Alright, so as you're coming to the ladder,
Smacks that hobbit's dick off.
he turns to... Holg turns to you and says, "There's gotta be a better way off this ship than your friends decided." And then hauls his ass up the ladder and out of sight. So the two sailors who have overheard this and realizing that Holg bears them no ill will don't really seem keen to stop him because frankly they just don't have the muscle to do it. They hurriedly follow after. And it would appear that Danny is trying to leave as well. Faisal, who took a pretty serious blow earlier in the battle, has decided to stay down here and investigate the chest that Holg smashed open. Okay.
Moving on up. To the
Alrighty.
Stepping on the beach.
To the main deck.
To the main deck.
Whee! Main deck.
I keep seeing, like, lines show up, like, of feet.
Joe's measuring distances.
Okay, I'm just adjusting everybody's size a little bit.
It's easier if you put down the grid.
Well, yeah, but the grid kind of auto forces things to adapt to certain sizes, and I don't really want that. Okay, let's see. So we got. Okay, so. You show up on deck, and Holg happened to be the first person up here. And you can already hear him starting to kind of growl, and you see him pull his weapons out and move off before anybody else can make it right up to the top of the deck. But Holg is up here. He's followed by Kanye, Danny, and two of the deckhands that were downstairs.
Fucking Danny sex bang.
Okay. Being up here, you notice that there are, in fact, more of those creatures around.
I'm gonna catch you.
You notice that Burnley is currently locked in combat with one of them.
I almost hit a bookmark again.
There is another one quite close, quite uncomfortably close to the hold that everyone is crawling up out of.
Which one's Burnley? He's the badass dude? that
Yes,
chopped
Burnley is the
guy's
guy
head
with
off?
the big scary axe. He is in red robes currently, but he is wearing a breastplate on underneath that. Off in the corner towards the captain's cabin is another one of those creatures that you recognize as one of the shapeshifters that transformed into a crocodile before.
Bitch ass bitch.
I know, right?
Boots and
Transforming
hose.
shit. Okay. And because everybody is just kind of funneling their way up out of there, Okay, let me make sure that I'm going to do this correctly.
So what? They have fucking initiative first or some bullshit?
They do get a surprise round because you guys were just kind of crawling up one at a time.
But we knew these niggas was here.
What?
I said we knew these niggas was here. Kanye the
doesn't mean you
Giant
knew
doesn't
where they
accept
were
this
positioned
shit.
and stuff. Okay. All right. So as you get up there, you do notice that. Well, first off, I'm gonna have everyone make an intimidation roll after this happens, or not intimidation, initiation roll, initiative. There we go. I can speak English. But
Words.
before all that occurs, you see that shapeshifter. It's kind of looking around a little nervously, and then says something in a language you don't understand to one of the other soldiers, and the soldier that he yelled at actually moves away from where you guys are and hops up on the layer, the small piece behind the large ornamental needle that mounts the front of the ship. And I need everybody in the group that just came up out of the hold to make a strength saving throw. So that is Kanye and Danny, Holg, and 2 sailors.
Oh, I gotta like open my character sheet or something for this.
You
I
have
don't
to open
know.
your character sheet for this.
Where the hell? I don't remember where that is. The cog wheel?
Just go to, yeah.
Top left.
Okay, so remember we're going with the 16th number, or 16th, the second number.
Wait, I'm still lost where this is.
So open up your character sheet and then go to core stats.
Yeah, I don't remember how to get my character sheet.
Oh, you should just click on your name in the journal.
Oh, that's right.
And then on core stats,
Yeah,
you should see
a roll thing,
yes,
right? Saving throws, right?
saving
Strength?
throws, a strength saving throw.
There's 2 things. There's a check and a hot.
The heart.
Yeah, do the heart.
Wham.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so everybody makes their saving throw. But in the meantime, the area around where you are the wood itself starts to kind of bow and get a little bit distorted and misshapen, and the area itself, roots seem to spring up out of wooden planks as if they were meant to grow there. And for the time being, let's see, 20 feet. So that is a pretty large area.
I would just like to say that my strength saving throw was so good that I killed everybody.
So we'll assume for the time being that... Oh, not that. That this area is considered difficult terrain. So if you're walking through there, it's going to take, I think, double the movement to get through that?
Yep.
Okay. So, now everyone is going to roll initiative.
Getting pirate ship creaking. It's way better than my last initiative roll. Steve, my last one was like an 11. Or not 11, like a 7.
Bum, bum, ba-dum. You want to do initiative, lady?
That's what I tried, but it said I was blocked because of a token.
You have to
gotta
select
click
your
on
token.
character.
Man, Hulk's about to get cut up.
Bum, bum, bum.
Almost as much as John.
Oh, all the initiative rolls. Okay.
Navigator
that is
Bradley got a
everybody.
4.
Did he really? Oh man, that sucks for him. Okay. So it is this sailor's turn first. That guy. And his movement is 30, so for as long as he is in... Oh, let me add the grid to this. Okay, that's a bit better. Alright. So to get out of there is going to cost 10 feet. Actually, this grid size is incorrect. No, I did that the wrong way. Sorry, guys. Okay, that should be a little better. Yes, okay, that's better. Alright, so this sailor is going to move his ass out of there, and he is going to... He's actually going to head towards the captain. And he is going to turn to him and ask, "What do we do, sir?" And that ends his turn. He's panicked, man. Kanye, you're up.
Kill the bad guys.
Wait, what happened to the... Who panicked? Captain guy? That's all he did was panic?
No, the sailor. He's got one hand axe, and he has no fucking clue what's going on, so he can't throw it or he's out of weapons.
Alright, so... how much can I move? I don't know what I can move.
As long as you're within the red circle, you have to expend double the movement that you see, and as soon as you're out of the red circle, you move normally.
Right, so how do I know that?
Speed on your front page.
I see the circle, but that doesn't tell me how many spaces I can move.
Okay, so if you select the small arrow,
Yeah.
so it's going to take you basically your whole movement to get out of the circle. If you want to get out of the circle, then just pick a direction and move out of there, and I'll consider that your movement for this turn.
Alright, well I'm gonna go towards this jerk.
Okay.
However it gets me out of the circle.
All right, so I will consider you out of the circle. Right there, that's fine. And you glare very significantly at that lizard man, and it just kind of snaps its jaws and gives a roar at you.
Kanye the Giant calls him a bitch.
All right, it is that soldier's turn now, and it does not like being called a bitch. So
Alright, slap its dick
it
off.
is going to throw its javelin at you. And that is a 16 versus AC.
Armor class.
18.
Your armor class is what?
18.
Your armor class is 18?
What?
That's what it says.
What the fuck? Okay. Alright, so the,
That doesn't seem possible.
I'm a
Yeah,
paladin, dog. Kanye the Giant doesn't care about your petty squabbles.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
I don't know. Ask HPG. He's
he's wearing chainmailed and is equipped with a shield.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense then.
Right, I forgot about the shield. Okay. Alright, so he throws the javelin and you very deftly bring up your shield arm and it actually punctures a hole in the shield but otherwise stops dead. And that creature has now wasted its javelin. And once again it It gives a rather upset lizard-like noise at you. I don't know what noise lizards make, but he makes it.
Squawk.
And I called him a bitch again because he couldn't even hit me with a javelin.
I think they
Okay.
make similar noises to a snake.
So Dunwood, they would make, I guess, similar noises to a snake, but not the same. Like they're not. It's not going to be a hissing.
I think lizards hiss.
Oh, maybe. We can assume it's a very angry hiss.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dunwood is going to get into range of that lizard creature, and he is going to take a big swing.
Your thumb.
With the weapon that he picked up when he disappeared back into his office, which you guys did not actually see him do this because you haven't seen him since he left to go speak to Burnley. But he reaches down and grabs out of a scabbard what is a longer and broader bladed sword. It's still edged on one side, but it has a very it has an ornate handguard that is in the shape of the ship's insignia. And he is going to make a strike against that lizard creature. And it is a 25 versus AC, which definitely connects, and he does 7 slashing damage to this lizard man. So it buries deep into the shoulder of this lizard creature. Even through the thick hide, it still manages to gain quite a bit of purchase. And the creature, it lets out a hiss, like a and then it kind of recoils from the fact that it just took a big slash to the side. And that is going to end Dunwood's turn. Okay. From up in the crow's nest, you hear a sound,
Oh yeah.
Oh, did that dude just fall?
and an arrow hits the guy that was
So just
attacking.
pass gas.
That was attacking, or that threw the spear at Kanye.
Is that black dude?
Was it more
Nope.
boss
The black
runs?
dude is on. The black dude is on the deck.
It's that other dude you went up there and talked to, man.
Old?
He is
No.
right. It is. Unfortunately, the arrow is. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit, so the arrow actually deviates in the air and impacts the deck just between two of the toes of the lizard creature. It looks up at this guy and it snarls again, and then it actually leans over the side and screeches something off the side of the ship. Okay, it is the lizard man's turn, the one that was just attacked by Dunwood, so we're over here. Oh, that was not where it's supposed to be. Okay, and it is going to attack the man that just slashed him real good.
This lizard thing's not very smart.
And the armor that Dunwood put on is enough to... It actually deflects the javelin as it catches it at kind of a glancing blow, not a direct hit. So it directs it off to the side. But because of the sideways position, he is in pretty easy position for the lizard man's head to angle to the side and snap down on his shoulder. And he takes 2 piercing damage. And just kind of yells out like "Ah!" as his shoulder gets clamped down on and squeezed by the jaws of the lizard creature.
Nom, nom, nom.
Okay. So it is the shaman's turn now.
Black guy?
No, the shaman was the creature that captured those
Shape-shifting
vines.
sucker.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the shape-shifting guy. And he is going to cast... Oh, hang on. No, he's not. He is going to... once again, you recognize this now, because you've seen it at least once before. And he starts to kind of slowly... It looks like shrinking at first, but you know it's not. And unfortunately, I can't get the size right on this, so it's just going to have to be a little squashed.
I just spilled my lemonade.
And the shaman, or the kind of spellcasting creature itself, seems to have disappeared temporarily. And in its place is a crocodile. And it is going to use its movement to close the gap on Dunwood, because he sees that his friend is in trouble. Okay, that is going to end that creature's turn. It is up to... Wow. Unfortunately, there was some pretty low initiative rolls for the crew here.
Interior crocodile alligator.
So now it is the sailor's turn.
Interior crocodile alligator.
And he is loyal to his captain, so he is going to make an effort to try and help him. So he is going to move as far as he can, which unfortunately is not all that far. He is going to get about there, and he is just a little bit ahead. He's just a little bit closer to Captain Dunwood than Danny is, and that is going to end his turn. It is Holg's turn now. So Holg is a little bit closer to the edge, and he is going to spend most of his movement getting out, and then he is going to turn and see if he can attack that lizard man that is currently screaming over the side. And he is just out of range. So he's thinking of a plan right now. You can see he's kind of stopping to think about how he's going to take this person down. Okay, Danny Sexbang Abadan, you are up.
He's asleep.
Ooh, I'm not asleep, Jesus. I'm gonna move. There.
Okay, are you going to do anything? You are not currently close enough to attack that lizard creature.
Not even if he throws something at it.
He could if he throws something, but I don't know if he has any throwing or throwable weapons.
Let's see. Can I do this? Where's the line? Line! Okay, so that's also 20. So there.
Okay, so Danny, he perches up on the side of the ship. So he's actually balancing kind of precariously up on top. Danny, actually, you know what? I'll save this for next time. So you are precariously balanced and edging in closer towards the lizard man, who is also backed right up against the edge of the deck. And that is your turn.
Oh my god, music change.
And that's when I fall off.
Death and Despair 2.
Right, I keep forgetting you guys can see that shit. Oh well. The name doesn't matter, the music does. Okay, so that ends Danny's turn. It is now Navigator Burnley's turn.
Bum, bum, ba-dum. Doobity bop.
It's the sound of snake bass.
I'm no expert on snakes, but I don't think that's the sound a snake makes.
Well, you should listen to me then, because I'm a snake expert.
Okay,
Oh.
and Faisal is actually not up here, so this isn't going to matter so much. Okay, so he is going to turn and yell to this sailor, "You're with me." Actually, no, sorry, that's not his name. Sorry, his not his voice. I gotta get this right. Okay, so he turns to him and says, "You're with me," and then turns and actually brushes past Burnley, or sorry, brushes past Captain Dunwood. Man, I'm getting my fucking names wrong. I'm too drunk. So he is going to get past Burnley and move here to the foot of the crow's nest. And he is going to make an attack.
The hell is he attacking?
He is going to attack the lizard creature.
What?
He moves so far away from any of them.
HVG, are you taking drugs?
I'm a couple beers in now, but I think this is going to work.
Is he throwing something at the lizard creature? Because he ain't near any lizard creatures.
Maybe he knows magics.
He does know magic. He used magic to throw Pedwin off the ship.
Yeah, he did. Remember, he dragon roared him.
Usroda.
Okay, so
No, not that shitty kind of dragon.
for Burnley, I need to make a spellcasting roll. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so the crocodile creature, Burnley brings his hands up and mutters a small enchantment to himself. And as he pushes his hands forward, this small coalescence of very bright white spark energy seems to form into his hands and then project out as one solid. It looks kind of like a rounded chevron, and it flies very quickly towards the lizard
Does
creature.
that mean like an oil truck?
A chevron is this shape. No, I need a free hand. So a chevron looks like that.
I've never heard of that.
Stargate?
I got nothing.
It's, most military ranks have chevrons to indicate the lower ones, but it's more rounded, so it's a little bit more like that. Anyway,
The tip of a penis. Why don't you just go with that?
I knew someone was going to say that. I think it was going to be you. Okay, so he is going to, and it's going to slam into the
Tiny
side of the
little
crocodile.
Kanye the Giant uses his penis all the time. He knows what it looks like.
And he is actually going to completely fucking obliterate that crocodile. It's going to get hit by that burst, and it's going to actually seemingly just dissolve every part that it's come in contact with until there is a massive, massive hole in the crocodile, and it is dead. There's maybe 30% of its body mass left. It got completely wiped out. And it is dead. Okay, so there is a body there. If you try and walk over it, it will be considered difficult terrain. Okay, and that ends Burnley's turn. It is now the turn of the sailor that he yelled at. And that sailor, used to following orders from Burnley, decides, okay, sure, I'm moving. And he moves up there beside Burnley. And again, he does not have any weapons, so he is going to end his turn there.
Okay,
Soon,
that
I
was
promise. It is Kanye the Giant's turn.
great. Can Kanye the Giant swipe that lizard's stick off?
Can you make it over there? Yes, you can. All right, you can
That's like
make an
one
attack
square.
roll against the lizard man soldier's dick.
What's that again?
Weapons.
Weapons.
Yeah, it should be in your weapons. Like from your core stats, there should be a thing on the far right.
Okay, so like, if I want to use my greatsword, I have to take off my shield or whatever.
Yes, you cannot be equipped with your shield and a greatsword together.
Well, alright, well, I'm stepping this to take it off with my greatsword.
Okay, make an attack roll. Okay. You bring your greatsword down in a large overhead sweep, and you manage to catch a pretty vulnerable section in between the shoulder and the back of this creature, and you bury that thing a good 6-7 inches into the flesh of this thing, and you cut into its spine near the neck. It goes spastic for a moment, and then collapses and slumps over the side of the boat and falls into the ocean. It is
Oh, I didn't get to slap its dick off, though.
You can
Dang.
slap its dick off before it falls. You can say, as
Yep.
it's falling, its
As
legs
it's
flail
falling, I
open
slap
for a
its
moment,
dick off.
and you reach over and you smack its penis so hard that it actually flies into a different part of the ocean and is eaten by a fish.
Kanye the Giant's mission is successful. Life complete.
Okay. And that lizard man is dead. So that ends Kanye's turn. And he was next, and so he's dead. So he's out.
Yeah, and it's his life, sucker.
Okay, it is Dunwood's turn now. And Dunwood is going to make another attack against that creature. So he once again, he whips around that saber and comes in at a different angle, trying to get... Well, first off, he's had to wrest himself from its shoulder, and then in the ensuing moment of weakness, he's slashed upwards and across the creature's chest. And it is enough to catch a pretty good chunk of the flesh, including part of the neck. There's an arterial spray of blood out to the side of the ship, and part of it gets on Danny. And this creature also falls off the side. It is dead. Okay. Captain Dunwood, instead of reveling in the fact that he seems to be winning, he looks a little confusedly in the space around him. And he starts to get more than a little bit concerned, and he starts frantically looking around the ship itself, trying to take inventory of who is positioned where. And at that moment,
There's a kraken coming?
no, you do hear some very large thumping, though.
I was well timed on that dung.
And coming over the side of the ship is a very, very massive, muscular lizard creature. It looks tired like the others, but not that exhausted. It has a shield on it, which is... it looks like it's made out of a tortoise shell with sharp rocks kind of pushed through it and affixed to it. And it is
Wait,
carrying...
Steve-O, can you see this right now?
It's carrying a large club. I believe they can see it, yes.
Yeah.
As that
That's not cool.
happens... It lets out a large roar. And more lizard creatures pop up from the sides of the ship. Including another one of those
Shaman
shape-shifting
Lamans.
creatures that shows up near the steering wheel on the upper decks. And that is going to end Dunwood's turn for the time being.
Does it steer the ship?
It is not close enough to do anything involving steering the ship.
Does it have a long tongue that can steer the ship?
So, that shaman...
I'm trying to ask if it's good at eating pussy, Steve-O. Sorry,
No.
HPG. Do they have pussy in Dungeons and Dragons?
I'm sure they do somewhere. That
There's
shaman, shortly after
female
showing
genders.
up on the upper deck, he is then pierced by a bolt in one of his shoulders, as once again you hear the sound of reloading coming out of the crow's nest. As that creature takes some damage. Okay. It is now the lizard creature's turn. Actually, he's still up there on the deck. Okay.
Hold on. Which
What's up?
lizard creature? How did like? So
this
how did
one.
these new lizard creatures get to go before other people?
He's just entered the fray and he is ready to go.
So if he rolled the higher than an 8, would he just be fucked?
What do you mean?
So like, since it's all new lizard people, all the other ones are dead. Shouldn't like the turn order reset?
Actually, I guess I should redo their rolls. Okay, fine. I will redo their initiation roll or their initiative rolls. All right, let's see here.
I'm just not sure how that works. Am I crazy, Joe?
No, I think it's fair. I'll do the initiative rolls again.
Well, I mean, like, would we all have to re-roll?
Nope.
No.
Just the new guys.
When their new guys put into the thing, they have to roll to get into the order.
I mean, I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons whiz.
Neither am I. I'm kind of making this up as I go along.
I just know that I smacked some lizard's dick off. That's all I
You
know.
got one lizard dick smack on the mark.
I almost got another one's dick, but he didn't quite die.
Okay. Joe, for Produce Flame, you make an attack roll, right?
What was that?
For Produce Flame, when you're attacking with it, you just make a regular spell attack?
Yeah.
I did it.
Okay.
.30-foot range, I think.
Yep, it is 30 feet. Which I actually don't think is close enough. No, he is not close enough, so he's going to move first. He's going to move to here and jump onto the deck, the rim of the upper deck just above the cabin's door, or the door to the captain's quarters. And he is still not close enough, so he is just going to angrily hiss at Captain Dunwood. Okay, it is the sailor's turn right here. This guy. Okay, so before he gets to take his roll, one more lizard creature shows up. And it not only crawls up the side of the ship, it actually continues to crawl up the rigging of the ship. It is now above everyone's elevation, and it is continuing to crawl up the rope towards the sniper in the crow's nest who has been pelting everybody with arrows.
Well, he's gonna end up on the wrong mast.
You can look up and see what the rigging looks like, but for the time being, he is climbing the rigging. Okay, so this sailor, seeing that, is going to make an opportunity attack at him. He's going to take a big old swing with his saber. And that is going to connect, and it's going to bury itself in this creature's leg, and it's going to do a pretty noticeable amount of damage. And the creature is, it's definitely feeling the effect of the attack, but it is not done just yet. It is continuing to climb up the rigging. Okay. The creature, having been destroyed, that it was initially attacking, Holg is now going to move over towards the creature that is perched on the side of the ship. As he does so, another lizard creature is going to show up and start climbing the rigging on the other side of the ship. There's quite a few of these things you're starting to realize now. But before he gets into attack range, he's going to stop grab his ear and start saying, "What? Huh? Huh? All right. What do you mean reinforcements?" And on that cue,
Coach!
Who grabbed his ear?
You hear what sounds to be very, very faint at first, and it's basically that exact sound that you just heard.
I should have prepared Featherfall.
Is that
And
also part
from-
of the sound
You
we
weren't
heard?
grabbing me though, so
Yeah, I'm
Beyond-
holding on to Big Mo's
Well,
back.
you were grabbing onto him, but beyond all explanation, Big Mo and Pedwin are flying in over the side of the ship. Everybody
Wait,
is
who
confused.
asked about reinforcements?
Holg did.
Halfway
and
who-
through.
Everybody is confused as all hell as to how Pedwin and Big Mo, who the last time you saw them were expelled from the side of the ship, are now flying in from the other side over the deck with quite a bit of velocity. I'm gonna need Pedwin, Big Mo, and this big ass lizard man. All of you need to make an acrobatics check.
I'm proficient,
Also-
bitch.
Can I ask a question here? What prompted him to say, "What do you mean reinforcements"?
He stopped and grabbed one of his ears, the side that has that earring, and then just started talking to nobody.
Oh, okay. As long as I know that he's only crazy and talking to spirits, and he was keeping Joe and Steve-O prisoner in the abyss.
Can I grab onto the rigging?
Okay, I can change the angle you're flying in at. Yes, you can grab onto the rigging.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna shift it so you are gonna grab on right below this lizard creature.
No.
Okay, fine. Let's go right to the side. Right
Put
to
a
the side.
fireball in his butt, Joe.
Well, he's got to be careful. If he burns the ropes, that's gonna cause problems. Okay, so we got a 14 and a 15. All right, so Pedwin, you manage to cling onto the rigging as you fly by, but you only barely manage to do so, and you definitely don't have anything else to do this round. Also, I need Pedwin and Big Mo to make an initiative check.
Big Mo, what a bitch.
Okay, let's see. The dexterity for Big Mo was 15. All right, that is not enough. Big Mo, you actually land directly on the really big lizard creature, and the two of you are knocked prone, and you both kind of just skid across the deck. You are both laying down on your stomach. You are prone.
He's gonna take it in the butt.
camouflaging.
Okay, Danny Sexbang, you're up.
Alright. Yeah, is there any way you can turn the music down?
I have turned the
Just like-
music down.
Just like sometimes it gets really loud, I don't know why.
Well, I'll tell you what, for the time being, I'm going to turn the music off. It's a little bit more repetitive than I thought it was going to be.
I'm also being a piece of shit and listening to my own music.
You piece of shit.
It's me.
I'm gonna move there, so I'm not on the railing anymore.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna move one further.
All right. That is going to be the end of your movement. Then, how far was that? Okay, yeah, I'm going to consider that all your movement, but you are not within melee range of that lizard creature because you walked over the corpse of the dead crocodile.
Can I make an acrobatics check to see if I jumped over the corpse?
Certainly. Why don't you go ahead and make an acrobatics check? Okay. You rather deftly run along the deck of the ship, but as you jump off, you actually step on part of the entrails of what is left of the crocodile, and you stay on your feet. You're not knocked prone, but you do just kind of slide a little bit further than you intended, and
Woo, stage slide.
you have weapons out, but you are not within melee range of anything of any enemy to attack.
Stage slide,
What a
and
bitch.
I'm done.
Okay, it is Burnley's turn. And he is going to move towards the stairs because he has seen the lizard creature up there and he does not like it one bit. What's more
Your mom likes the lizard creature.
is
I'm sorry.
you notice that the wind is starting to pick up more than a little bit now. It's going to be quite noticeable, and the sky itself is beginning to darken. And the distance that you can see out into the sea is actually starting to be kind of overridden by the fact that there's some fairly hefty clouds that are starting to roll in. You hear the sea kind of churning and writhing, and it is starting to kick up a bit of a fuss. Okay, and that is going to end Burnley's turn. It is now the guy that he yelled the order to, and he is going to spend his movement. Keep it up with Burnley. He's actually going to wind up right there, so he's beside Danny. Okay, Kanye the Giant, you are up. Now I'm going to go take a leak, but you let me know what you do once I get back.
Don't forget to put Joe and I on that list.
We're on the list.
Where are you, Joe? Oh, I see you. You're just really far down, not with your initiative roll.
I think I'm gonna try to slap another guy's dick off. What do you guys think?
Slap away.
Good. That's what I like to hear. It's also what your mom tells me to do.
What?
Huh?
What?
Did I just say that your mom likes me slapping her?
What?
Maybe. You can't prove nothing. I'm like a terrible person today. Like more so than usual.
Okay, so I'm back. What has happened?
Nothing. 'Cause
Joe's
you were
really
taking
low
out
on
the
the
bathroom.
turn order list, and I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. And so is that lizard man.
Yeah, you haven't.
Okay, I'm going to. Let's see,
updated
whose turn
the
is
list.
it? It's Kanye's turn.
Yeah, well, it should be the lizard guy that's a 17, maybe? I don't know, now it says it's some other guy that's a 19, but you just did his turn.
Yeah, so that was the guy who just went, so it is going to be the shamans right now. So you're going to be in a little bit, Spider. Sorry for the confusion.
It's okay. My dick slapping can wait a turn.
Okay, so the lizard man that casted the initial entangle spell is dead, so his difficult terrain has disappeared. But the one that is currently above the captain's cabin is going to cast it again. So I'm going to need Big Mo. I'm going to need... Actually, it's going to be just Big Mo that is going to need to make a strength saving throw.
Little bitch.
I'm not raging, so it doesn't count. I mean, the advantage doesn't count.
Correct, because you are... Well, also because you're prone.
Yeah.
It's also because he's a bitch.
Who's
Okay.
a bitch?
So everybody except the lizard man is able to, like, as the vines start to wrap around them, they're able to just thrash and pull and snap enough of them that they are brought free. But the big lizard man is actually pinned down to the deck by those roots that have very rapidly grown and just covered everything. But Captain Dunwood, the sailor, and Big Mo are able to shake off the attempt to bind them. Okay, Pedwin, you're up.
Oh, he's
What's up?
before me? That's bullshit.
Oh, actually, I guess since Kanye is still on the ship and it's the same role, I'll let Kanye go first. I hope you don't mind.
It doesn't matter. He can go first. I just wanted to overreact about nothing.
We'll go first anyway.
I'm gonna attempt to slap that guy's dick off. I don't know. Can I reach him?
No, you would either have to get beside Holg or get up on the edge of the ship.
Like that?
Yep. Okay, if you're gonna make an attack, I want you to make an acrobatics check as well.
Can I? If I'm next, like if I'm here, I can make an attack too. I'm just trying to.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Do I have to do an acrobatics thing too?
No, you don't. Not from there.
Okay, good. I was just trying to figure out like I didn't know if I was actually able to do that or if Holg was gonna be in the way or whatever. So.
No, because these grid spaces are larger, so I'm gonna assume that they're large enough to house 2 people.
They're 10
Okay.
squares.
And yeah, and if you take all your movement just to get adjacent to somebody, you are not yet in range.
Okay. Alright, so now I can do an attack roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kanye Giant doesn't slap that guy's dick off.
Ooh. No, Kanye the Giant does not slap that guy's dick off. You bring your greatsword down.
And miss horribly.
Again, the winds have picked up, so they're now gusting hard enough that it's going to interfere with your vision a little bit, and you are going to bury your sword right into the very edge of the ship, and it's going to
I thought you were
get
gonna say into Hulk.
pretty stuck in the ship.
That's bad news bears.
That is bad news, Bears. Okay.
According to that, I didn't swing hard enough to get it stuck into anything.
Well, no, but it was your attack, so it's just the angle you were at was enough to just bury it right into the wood. Okay, Pedwin, you're up.
How
Shut
vital
up
to the
first.
ship are the rafters I'm on?
The rigging that you are now, the only person to see the rigging was Big Mo, but if you know, I'll just warp everybody up there because it's going to be easier to see. Okay, so if you temporarily look up, that is what the rigging of the ship looks like.
So if it were to suddenly burn all away, it wouldn't affect much.
If
I guess,
it
I
were,
guess the
The sails would
go on
burn.
fire too, wouldn't they?
if you were
Yeah,
to
we
set the
wouldn't be
ropes
able
on
to
fire, yes, you have a
move
high
anyway.
likelihood of igniting the sails. Also, the ship is made of wood, and the rigging its job is to support the masts and the cross beams against the stress of catching the wind. And under such high wind, you can hear the creaking of the ropes. They are quite strained, very, very taut, and you can hear the wood of the ship complaining at the force that it's under.
I guess I won't set it on fire.
Yo, why is this wood such a bitch that it's complaining?
Because the wind is starting to pick up quite a bit now.
It was a joke.
The dude is up above me to the left.
Yes.
I am going to cast Firebolt Pew Pew.
All right, cast your firebolt. Pew pew. Okay, so again, all the lizard men that are attacking the ship seem to be quite exhausted. So even though he can see this coming because of the bright fire, he is not able to maneuver himself out of the way, and it is going to hit him right over the shoulder where it connects to the body, and he's going to take 5 fire damage.
What weak ass hit.
It's a cantrip, so
Someone teach Joe how to throw fireballs better.
I can do it from 240 feet away. I probably could have done it from the other ship.
what other
The
ship?
other ship.
There's another ship?
So,
The fish ship.
shut
Yeah.
up.
Right. It's clear this ship hogs from why it had
technically,
reinforcements.
technically, we can yell things to them. HPG.
That's true. You know
That's
what? You
true.
can. It would be a weird thing to just yell is fish ship, but whatever. Okay, so Dunwood, who is on the very edge of
Fish sticks?
The-
What are fish sticks?
the very edge of the difficult terrain,
It's
is
pretty
going
gusty.
to turn to Burnley and the sailor that he's behind, and he's going to say, "You two, I need you to cut the rigging to the main sails." And at that, he is going to move beside Danny, and he is going to make an attack against the lizard creature that is right on the edge of the ship.
Wait, who needs to cut the rigging?
He's ordered Burnley and his crewmen to go and cut the rigging
Okay.
that's
That sounds
that's
like a
holding
bad
up the
idea.
main sail.
Yeah, if he couldn't even burn it, why is it getting cut?
Well,
These are plot holes, HPG.
it's okay. Let me paint the picture for you. So the wind has started to pick up very, very quickly, and there is nobody that is piloting the ship at the moment. So if a big gust of wind takes it, the ship could move in a way that it really should not. Now it's very
You
different
don't
to
pilot
cut.
a ship, you steer it.
You steer a ship, yes,
You
So,
technically
if-
piloting is the correct term too.
and it is his ship, so he does know how the rigging system works. And under his order, he is telling Burnley and a sailor to cut specific rigging ropes. The idea being to drop the sails so that they stop catching the wind before
Yeah, that
the
makes
mast
sense.
breaks or the sails tear. All right, and he with that fancy looking sword of his that moves very quickly, he is going to make an attack against the lizard creature. And unfortunately, again because of all the very, very high winds, he loses his footing and his blade passes harmlessly over top of one of the feet of this creature, and he does no damage.
The black guy's turn.
It is
It's racist.
so. Again, you hear the sound of a crossbow fire. This time at one of the lizard men that is climbing the rigging of the ship. And it's actually at the same one that Joe was attacking. And that is going to connect, and it is going to bury itself into the arm of one of these creatures, and it is going to hamper his ability to climb. And that creature that is hanging by Joe is now kind of loosely hanging from just one arm, and he does not seem to be in a lot of, ready fighting form. And then again, you hear the sound of reloading from the crow's nest. And you can't see it in all the wind, and the rain has slightly started, but you swear you hear a as he spits on the lizard creature.
Tui.
He's calling that lizard a bitch.
Okay, so the lizard creature on the rigging has climbed out of this sailor's range, so he is going to hop up on the rigging itself and chase after him. And he's going to make an attack with disadvantage.
The lizard's making an attack with disadvantage.
No, the sailor who's chasing him.
Oh,
And unfortunately, he is just going to slash wildly at the feet of this creature as it barely manages to stay out of his range. Okay. All right, so the lizard creature, seeing Holg and Kanye that are both right beside him, right in attacking range, he is going to actually leap onto Kanye. So Kanye, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
dexterity.
Yes.
That's the hot one, right?
That is going to be the heart, yes.
You can look underneath it and it says saving throw.
Oh yeah, saving throw ability checks.
Okay, so the creature actually hops down onto Kanye and knocks him on his back,
Oh, an
and
asshole.
is standing over him, ready to unleash with his javelin and his great big set of toothed jaws.
I think that's what jaw implies. Right? Usually you have teeth in them.
Not necessarily, depends on the creature. Okay, Holg, who is really not a fan of this at all.
Because he knows the County Giant's a fucking badass.
Alright, and he is going to swing wildly at the creature that it actually jumped over him just to get away from these attacks and to try and pin Kanye. So both attacks are going to swing wildly through the air, and only one is going to connect.
It's more than zero, though.
Hmm?
So that's
Dude.
more than zero.
Yeah, just so you know, we can see his rolls.
Yep. So it's only going to be the. Wait, I forget. If the attack roll matches AC, does it connect or does it miss?
It connects.
Oh, it connects. Okay, never mind. So he's going to do a big overhanded strike with both weapons, and they're going to catch this thing in the chest as it lands on Kanye, and it is going to just fucking die. It is going to get slammed right against the side of the ship, as a warhammer you hear the sickening crunch of sternum, and the sickle just buries itself a couple of inches into the chest of this large lizard creature. It is going to writhe in agony and then die.
So does Kanye get knocked on his back?
Kanye still gets knocked on his back, because that was the creature's action. It was Holg's turn that then killed the creature.
Okay.
Okay. Big Mo, you
So
are up.
it costs my movement to stand up, right? Not an action?
It does cost your movement to stand up, yes.
Okay, but since I'm on top of him, it doesn't matter anyways. So I'm gonna use my movement to stand up. I'm going...
Joe. So you're going to stand up?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna cast or use rage. I'm not gonna hit the cast button because you'll see what it does in the thingamajig,
Mhm.
and I assume you know what it does anyways. So that lasts a minute, so long as I attack someone or get attacked by the end of my turns from the previous turn or whatever.
Yeah, but a minute's like 10 turns, so...
Yeah. And I'm gonna attack this big thing with a great axe.
Okay, so
Holy
the...
shit.
Something doesn't seem right. It should be 1d12 plus 2. What's the 3 it adds?
Your strength modifier.
Ooh.
And then the +2 is rage.
I don't see your proficiency bonus added to this, Stevo.
Which one's proficiency?
Proficiency is added to his attack roll.
Oh, okay, yes, so that is in there. Unfortunately, this is a very well-armored creature, and is able to wrest its shield arm out of the way, and the axe will embed itself in the shield and do no damage to the creature.
Ooh. And that ends my turn.
And that ends your turn. Oh yeah, you used your movement to stand up. Okay, Danny, you're up.
Hey, I got a question about like the roll versus
I-
armor class. Is it just like random?
I attack the dude in front of me.
All attack rolls are d20,
Okay.
and then you have proficiency and a few other stats that amplify it past just the basic d20 roll, and then that gets put up against the enemy's armor class, which is dependent on their constitution, their dexterity, and what kind of armor they have.
But that
And-
must have to mean that they can't really get much higher than 20 with armor class, right?
No, attack rolls can go up to 30.
Okay, but that would still mean.
Well, okay, that's true, but I mean,
Oh.
I think you could probably get your armor past 20 if you had like magical stuff.
Yeah, but like armor doesn't typically go past 20, right?
It could. It just depends on how many things you have stacked up. Okay, so that's your great sword, right, John?
Yes.
Danny?
It's time to
Okay.
crash your vein, you some suckers.
All right.
Castletonia.
So, tell you what, you've killed it. So why don't you describe how this thing dies?
I scream, "We are Starbomb, and we're here to give you STDs." And I bring my Thunder Strike over my head and bring it down on top of the Naga's head as hard as I can, and just cleave that thing straight in two. And one side falls off the ship, and the other side stays in.
Okay.
Alright, at least
So-
you give it some STDs before you leave.
Sprinkle some STD on him and leave. All right. So, as you heard, the
Sprinkle some
the
AIDS.
thunder strike of Danny Sexbang with the rage of Starbomb behind it. It is fueling the furor that is behind this strike, and it completely cuts this thing in half.
Did you
And it
just
is
say
now-
Fuhrer?
I did say furor.
Yes,
Kyle
just like
Sex
You
Bang.
realize I'm a Jewish paladin, right?
spelled differently, John. It's spelled differently.
I'm just saying, Fuhrer has never done anything good for my people.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So the large lizard man creature is going to try and break free of these restraints.
Restraints.
Yeah, he's currently pinned down to the deck by the oh wow, what a shit roll. Okay. So it thrashes, it struggles, it is putting all of its might into trying to get free from these roots that have pinned it down to the ship, but it cannot get free. These guys have friendly fired each other pretty badly. Okay, that ends its
Oh.
turn.
Bitches.
That's pretty funny.
So that guy is dead. Okay, it comes to Navigator Burnley.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't like them.
He's not a nice person. He's really
Yeah,
not.
we noticed. He's a dick. Threw my friends off the ship for merely trying to burn it down.
Okay, Alright, we'll do this next round. Okay, so he is going to move up. And he cannot get in attack range yet for that thing, so he is going to turn. And he is going to make a big swing with his axe to try and cleave the rigging on this side.
Apparently the rigging also has armor class.
No, there's no armor class on the rope. And his swing is a big, wide swing, and it actually cuts not only the rope to the rigging on this side, but it cuts a couple of neighboring ropes as well, as he just takes this big, wide swing. All right, so some of these ropes are gone. And what you can see is you hear like a screeching, or not a screech, but like a metal on metal kind of friction sound. And you see of the main sail, one of the corner closer to the port bow starts to sink a little bit, and the sail is maybe 10% less than it was before. Okay, and that is going to be Burnley's turn. All right. This Naga,
Racist.
or sorry, it's not a Naga, it's a lizard man, my bad.
But he
Now you're
identifies
racist
as a
against
Naga.
Nagas too. Yeah.
I know, I've got to shift it off. I actually put that name up before I had the monster manual, and I realized they were lizard man. So they're lizard men, they're not Nagas. Nagas look like snakes.
But-
Okay, and he is going to
But Nagas come out of the water.
hurl a fireball at Danny Sexbang, who just completely cut in half his friend.
Wait, what?
Okay, that is a 20 versus armor class. Danny, what armor class do you have?
Not 20, I assume.
Probably
It's
not.
not. 18 is the max that he's gonna have.
What happened to this guy?
18.
Well, not if you're wearing your two-hander, John. Which mine probably needs to get changed. I don't know how to change it. But mine's
Okay,
at 18.
Danny, you take 2 fire damage from the spell from the Naga. I'm saying Naga too. From the
Just saying
lizard
Naga.
man.
Well, it'll be 16 because you have your greatsword out.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. My mistake. It's actually not the shaman's turn. It's the soldier's turn. Never X-nay
What
that.
is-
You did not take 2 damage, John.
Wouldn't it be his turn?
It is his turn. That's what I'm correcting now. So he actually climbs completely up and out of sight. He is actually on the rigging now. So he has made it up to the top of the ship. He is safely out of range of the guy who is chasing him. And that is going to end his turn because he is not close enough to make any attacks. Okay, now it is the sailor. So it's this guy's turn. And this sailor is going to spend his movement getting up here beside the shaman, and he is not going to be able to make an attack, but he's gonna glare at him a lot. Oh boy, is he glaring at him. Okay.
That sounds almost threatening-ish.
All right, now I'm gonna have I'm gonna do the attack roll. I'm actually just gonna take the one from before. Well, no, that's not fair. I'll do another attack roll. Oh man, okay.
Apparently, you just got fucking rickrolled anyway.
Oh, righty then. How much life do you have, Danny?
11.
11.
Make that
Okay.
0.
The shaman, he kind of reels in for a moment and seems to be lost in concentration as a bright spark of flame appears between his hands, and he hurls it out in your direction. Let me see something here.
It's gonna be 2d8. I assume.
It is going to be 2d8. He doesn't have it equipped. Okay. All right, so let's roll the second one. Okay, Danny, you take 13 points of fire damage. And if that brings you below 0 hit points, you are knocked unconscious.
Whoa, I'm unconscious.
Okay, Dan is unconscious.
Wait, there were 2 people in my square. Shouldn't we share them?
He
No.
specifically targeted you because you were the one who cleaved his friend in half. Okay, I need a symbol for unconscious. I'm going to do that. That is going to be the unconscious symbol. Okay, it is Pedwin's turn.
You should do the heart with the lightning bolt through it.
The heart with the lightning bolt through it?
The torn heart. It's like 3 from the bottom, 2 from the right.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
not the other one, yeah.
Sure, that'll be the unconscious symbol. All right, Pedwin, you're up.
I'm gonna firebolt the dude to my left again.
Okay, let's have you make the attack roll.
Wham, bam.
Okay, that
Bamboozled.
absolutely connects. And he was just kind of hanging limply before, like he didn't really have a lot of hope of maneuvering to avoid this thing. But that slams square into the chest, and with this searing, sizzling sound, you hear the lizard creature go, and then it falls off into the ocean.
I kick him on the way down.
And you kick him on the way down. He is no longer on board the ship at all.
He did?
He is so dead. He is 100% dead. Okay, Kanye the Giant, you're up.
Alright. Oh, that other dude's dead, huh?
Yep, you have no enemies nearby to you. You are going to have to do some moving.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna move to, like, over here.
I'm
Something.
going to point out that Danny's unconscious at this point. So somebody may want to help him.
Nah, because I have to go through that stuff.
Alright, so that's your movement and that's your turn?
I mean,
Are you gonna do anything?
how much further can I get closer to this big dude? Can I get in a range to attack him?
Let's see, you move from there, which is 30 feet. No, that is your movement.
Okay, so I can't
You
do
could
anything.
dash,
I'm
and
gonna,
then you don't get to do anything else.
I'm
so
gonna,
you could dash into
No, I'm
range.
gonna use my throw thing. I'm gonna
You
throw
throw
my
thing?
hand axe
Your
thing.
channel was edited.
My channel is edited for no reason.
Permanent channel
have-
now.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yay. Alright.
so, like, do I have to unequip my other weapon to do that? I assume not, right?
To do no,
I wanna
you
throw
can
my
you
hand
can
axe.
exchange weapons without it costing a movement or costing an action. I think it's a bonus action to switch weapons.
You can do it while you're moving.
Okay, so
Either way,
actually
yeah.
you still have your bonus action and your action at this point, so you can do either.
Well, I don't know what that means. Oh, yeah, well, either way, I want to throw my hand axe.
Okay. Throw
So
your
it
hand
says
axe.
range 20-60. Does that mean I have to be at least 20 away from him?
You have to be at least 20 away from him for it not to be at disadvantage, and you are 20 feet away currently.
Okay. So it's like, it just means like if I was closer than 20 feet, it's a disadvantage or something?
No.
Yes. Also,
Mhm.
keep in mind, Steve-O is occupying a very, very close proximity to that thing, so...
When the first number is how close you can throw it and it behaves normally. The second number is how close you can throw it and you can hit anything at all.
Okay, well, I'm at 20. I'm still throwing it. Steve-O, if you get hit, it's your own fault. I'm just gonna start doing this.
Okay.
So
So,
would it be slashing though? It would be piercing, right?
you are a
I
pretty...
think it would
no,
be
it's,
slashing.
it's slashing, still
Okay.
slashing. So you are a pretty big and imposing character, Kanye. So this lizard man, despite being pinned down, has seen you. And it sees the axe coming, and it throws all of its weight to one side, and the axe just misses and implants through some of the roots into the deck and does no damage. It's a good thing this thing is pinned down. Jeez. Apparently, nobody can hit him. Okay, it is Dunwood's turn. So Dunwood is going to turn and yell to Burnley. Be careful with those ropes. You don't want us to lose the lifeboat. And he is actually going to bend down and he is going to make an attempt to stabilize Danny.
What a nice guy.
Doesn't mean Navigator Burnley isn't an asshole.
Okay, and he is going to succeed. Dan is no longer unconscious. He has 1 hit point.
If he gets hit again, does he die?
Nope. If he gets hit again, he'll be unconscious again.
No.
Okay, and that is going to end Captain Dunwood's turn. He is going to help Danny. He's just going to pick him up. He's going to smack him a couple of times across the face and splash some water over him, and Danny is going to sputter and come back to consciousness.
What happened? I had a terrible dream. The Fuhrer was chasing me.
Paladins get lay on hands level 1, right?
I don't know. I don't have the paladins over. I don't have the paladin sheet open.
Yes they do.
Okay, there is going to be the sound of another crossbow bolt being fired. Ooh, nice.
Do you
Okay,
guys
actually,
know
the
the
damage does not even
Triceratops
matter at all.
Is the
So-
state dinosaur of South Dakota?
So the the lizard man that has made it up to the top of the rigging, you guys... main deck. Okay, here we go. All right, so you hear a screech as you see the bolt pierce right through the neck of this thing as it lets out this increasingly blood-filled, like, as it actually falls. It sounds kind of like a murloc when you summon it in Hearthstone. And its corpse slams into the deck from off the rigging and lands right there. And that creature is now dead.
Chris Bloosh.
So that is every creature that is on the rigging is now dead.
That's the Black Guy's turn.
It is Black Guy's turn. So seeing that the danger is now past, he is going to climb down from where he is. He's actually going to jump down. And he's going to fail his acrobatics check miserably. He is going to land prone beside the body of that creature. And that is going to end his turn. Okay, and that guy's dead, so he's done. Alright, it is Holg's turn.
Get him, Holg.
Okay.
Hulk smash.
I want everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, we're gonna crash.
What am I making? Dexterity?
You're making a dexterity saving throw, so the heart next to dexterity.
Wham, bam.
Okay, Kanye, you are okay. Oh, Danny is apparently no problem.
Same with Joe.
I'm super alert right now.
Joe manages to hold tight to the rigging, and so there's no problem there. Steve-O, you are knocked prone once again as the entire ship lurches very suddenly from a rapid change in the wind. It is now going a completely perpendicular direction to what it was before. So it is blowing from starboard to port. I will draw that in. The wind is blowing in this direction currently. Like that, very forcefully. Who else is involved in this? Okay, it's going to be...
Does Navigator Burnley get knocked off the deck?
Navigator Burnley is actually knocked over the side and he is barely hanging on.
Good.
Swiggity swoodity. I'm coming for that booty.
Joe, you know what
Let's
to
see
do.
who else.
Yep.
Oh, Holg has got to do his thing. Okay, Holg is also knocked prone. And he is going to spend his movement to get up. And he does not have any actions, so he is going to spend his action moving again. And he is going to come over there to help Kanye and everybody else with that big guy. Stop there, because he can't go any further because of the difficult terrain. Okay, Big Mo, you're up.
I stand up and swing again.
Okay, this one definitely connects. So your great axe comes up and over your head, and you get a good solid thwack on this big hulking lizard creature. Thank you. Okay, that is 13. Okay, so your axe buries right into the chest of this thing, You can hear the sound of breaking ribs. You can hear it cry out in pain. Blood spurts out from where it's been punctured.
Whoops.
And the cry is loud enough that everything on the ship heard it. And that is going to be your turn, Steve-O?
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay, it is looking in really bad shape. That was a very severe attack you dealt to it.
Yeah.
Oops.
Although I do have a question. If I have if I equip, I can equip 2 hand axes, right? Like dual wield.
Do you have the dual wielding talent? Well, you could do it. Yeah, your second attack is going to be at disadvantage, though.
Okay, but would I like if I happen to do that, would I get double the rage damage then, or do I only get would I get rage damage for each of the hand axes, or would it just
Are they
be
one-handed hand axes?
It just says 2 hand
All
axes.
hand axes are
is what I
one-handed.
have.
I think you would still get rage, but you have disadvantage on the attack, and I think you also don't get...
You don't have
No?
disadvantage on the attack, you just don't do bonus damage on the second attack. Unless you
Okay.
have the feat.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
So it's just a straight D6 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just a D6. I was just okay. That's all I wanted to know. Good. My turn's over.
Okay. So Big Mo's turn is over. So, Danny, it is your turn. You have just come back to consciousness. Dunwood has revived you. And what are you
And
going to
he's
do?
fucking teabagging you.
Where's Ross? Where's Ross? All aboard the steam train!
We can't use lay on hands yet, Joe, because we weren't able to use our points.
You get Leon
I'm gonna
Hands level
go
1.
here.
Huh?
Attack
We didn't
this
get
guy's
anything at level 1.
face.
Yes, you did.
Said we didn't.
You actually can't reach him with that attack. You're going to have to jump. How much movement have you used to get up there?
20.
Okay, what is your strength?
My strength is 13.
Okay, you are able to run and jump and cling on to the edge of the upper deck and haul yourself up. You are now in attack range of that shaman. I'm going to place you over top of it for now. Assume that he's on the same square as you. It's just going to be easier for me to click on him this way.
Swiggity swooty, I'm coming to fuck your face, you fuck.
That's some face fucking.
Yep, that is some pretty severe face fucking right there. Okay.
Oh,
It's died
you
again.
probably
How would you
didn't
like to
know,
murder it?
Julius.
Double up.
I just fucking don't even slash. I just rear back and shove my sword straight into that thing's throat. Out the
All
back
right.
of its fucking head.
So, there is not a whole lot left of the neck of this creature, as the width of the greatsword is nearly that of the flesh that connects it to its body. And as Danny's sword pierces through the neck, through the spine, right out the back of this creature, it doesn't even really get to let out a sound, because the sword makes such a perfect seal through its throat, and then it just goes glass-eyed and then drops, and the deadweight pulls his sword down. And that creature is now dead. Okay, that ends Danny's turn. All right, so finally, okay, this big hurly-burly creature which let out that horrifying cry is going to break free of the roots that are binding it down to the ground. And so it is going to use its action and its movement to get up. It is now fully ready for combat. Big hulking club is out. This thing is made of muscle, shield at the ready. It is good to go for the next round. Okay.
So the difficult terrain is that duration?
Oh yeah, that's gone now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
technically
the
he
difficult
has an
terrain is
action.
gone.
Technically, he has an action then.
No, he was still prone. You knocked him prone when you flew onto the ship, and he
But
did
it
not
would
make
just
his
cost-
saving throw.
It would just
Man,
cost
he's
his
like
movement to stand
Almost
up, though,
dead
right?
now.
Oh yeah, but it took his action to. Oh no, but he doesn't have to because the shaman's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so he's gonna make an attack then, and he's gonna attack the guy who just buried his axe into his chest.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Stevo, that is 21 and 13 versus armor class.
My armor class is 15.
Okay, so
I don't know where you got the 13 from.
He made 2
those were the
attacks.
attack rolls of the lizard
Oh,
creature.
okay. But
Okay,
one of them
so
hits.
it brings its club around and bashes you right in the side, kind of left to right, so it knocks you in the direction of the edge of the deck, and you take 5 bludgeoning damage from the blow from the club.
Is that including rage resistance?
No. So rage resistance halves it, right?
Yes.
Okay, is it rounding down or rounding up?
It rounds up, I think.
Probably out.
Okay, so you take 2 bludgeoning damage. Well,
Wouldn't it be 3? Didn't he do 5? So if we
you
round
said it
up,
rounds
would be
up,
3.
right? Oh no, the damage rounds up. Okay, yes, it would be 3.
Yeah. Okay. Alright.
Okay. It is
I'll
now
take that.
Navigator Burnley's turn. And this sailor is going to turn around to go help Burnley, but Burnley instead waves him towards the rope and says, "Cut the damn lines!" And so this... And he then, with his free hand that's not hanging onto the ship, he actually casts a spell instead of pulling himself up.
He can fly.
He cannot fly, but...
It's Peter Pan.
Alright, let me just look this up so I get the range right.
I do believe in fairies.
Do you believe in magic?
Oh god.
Only if magic involves titties.
Do you believe in nipples?
I do believe in nipples.
And a young girl's hot.
I mean, maybe on the chest, but I don't know about the heart.
That'd be such an odd question to ask someone. Just walk up. Do you believe in nipples? Like.
I mean, who wouldn't believe in nipples?
I don't know.
Okay. So the area around Navigator Burnley is completely cloaked in a thick fog that just seems to emanate out from his central point. And that is going to end his turn. The sailor that he ordered is going to walk past Danny, and he is going to cut all the rigging on this side. And Dunwood is going to turn confusedly to that sailor and say, "Why did you do that?" And as a result, the main sail is actually going to collapse now, but it's going to get stuck part way. The ropes are wrapped around some of the unevenly cut ropes are going to wrap around some of the arms of the ship. And all the ropes at the back are cut now, and you hear a loud splash sound.
From the cloud?
No, from below the ship.
Sploosh.
So the sail is now partially collapsed. It is stuck. Some of the ropes around the bars on the connected to the crow's nest are they're caught, and the sail is not able to collapse. the wind has picked up again. Let me see what direction, or this is actually before the fog cloud went out.
Are we supposed to know what the splash was? I'm so confused.
It was mentioned earlier, but you don't know as of yet. Okay, so the wind is now in this direction.
Wait a minute. Is Navigator Burnley the one who created the fog?
Navigator Burnley is the one that created the fog.
Guys, he's evil and he's causing a plague on our lands.
Okay,
He must
Headwind,
be killed
you're up.
before we're infected by the fog.
Let's see. Let me see some distances. I am going to 90 feet. I'm gonna cast Sleep in the middle of the fog.
Okay, let's measure some of these distances. Okay, that is just in range, and it's the same radius as the fog cloud.
Yeah, fuck you!
Okay, so it's 5d8, right?
Yep. That's my roll down there. So if he has less than
Okay.
that, he's fucking asleep.
Okay. So you don't hear any real noise from inside the fog cloud, but you do hear a heavy wooden thud.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Alright, Kanye, we need you to kill the big dude.
We have a thing. We have to see about an axe.
Well, I mean, the last you saw, he was clasping onto the side, and then you put him to sleep. So it's gonna be interesting as to what happens. Okay, so are you gonna move?
No, I'm good.
You're good? You're hanging on to the rigging?
I'm hanging out of the rigging.
Okay.
Not risky at
So-
all.
Tiny gnome clinging on to the ropes for dear life as the ship lurches back and forth under the increasing wind.
Use my movement to like wedge myself in further.
All right. As you wedge yourself in further, there is an especially powerful gust of wind, and you see out of the corner of your eye a small fish fling off into the distance as it is picked up by the wind.
Uh-oh.
I need every character to again make a dexterity saving throw.
God dang
Oh,
it!
God.
Why must you
Oh,
do this,
I did the wrong
HPG?
Oh my god. I'm reminding you, I'm wedged in there. Totally wedged in there.
Why can't it be strength saving, HPG?
Because this is about keeping your feet as the ship lurches violently under the wind. Okay, so in this case, so far, Kanye is the only person to stay
I
on his
can't-
feet.
I can't, like,
Edwin, you're gonna
grab the
fall free of the
railings and
rigging
try to
land
hold
prone
myself?
on your back.
P.S. Kanye is flexing his fucking muscles.
All right, Holg has knocked prone. Dunwood is knocked prone. I think the sailors are left. And all the sailors are knocked prone. Just about everybody is knocked on their ass. It seems like Kanye is the only person who is actually able to stand after the ship very
Kanye the
violently.
Giant is a motherfucking giant.
It lurches and it lists, and the force of the wind, because the sails are still mostly up, is enough to actually... Everyone gets a small feeling of falling in the pit of their stomach as the ship is physically picked up and moved a little bit in one direction along where the wind is blowing.
You want to know why Kanye the Giant's the only one that's able to stand? Because I'm on a boat every goddamn day.
And he's got that Alizé.
And I get the Alizé.
Okay, the fog cloud is dispersed under the force of the wind.
Is he napping?
What you see...
He's nupping.
Ugh, okay, apparently I cannot... Alright, give me a sec here to do this.
Why are there ropes in the middle of the ship?
Is Josh Hartnett on True Detective? No, Penny Dreadful. Okay. I had no idea what was on my TV.
Okay,
What is that?
that is the lifeboat. And lying very much asleep in the lifeboat
Yeah, fuck that guy.
is Navigator Burnley.
What?
Asleep.
And the lifeboat is slowly drifting away from the ship.
Is there a rope attached to it?
Nope, it has been cut free of its ropes.
Get him, Big Mo.
I don't know if I can get there. I'm on the ground. I'm prone.
I'm the only person that can move.
Okay, I can move that whole thing now, that's good. Alright, so everyone made their dexterity saving throw. Those who were knocked prone were knocked prone. Joe, you were actually on the ship now. You fell off the rigging. And...
No,
Okay, it is your turn, Joe.
No, Joe just went.
Oh, did he? What did he do?
He made him go to sleep.
Oh, right, and then we did the dexterity check?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is Kanye's turn. The only person that is still on his feet.
You get him, Kanye.
So, is there any way that I can save him on that boat? Like, I doubt it. That's way too far away.
You would have... I don't think you could make... Even if you ran, no, you could not make that distance. Even if you ran and jumped.
So how do I check how far a distance thing is away?
There's a small ruler in the icons on the top left, and you can click on your box and just kind of drag it.
Okay.
So your speed is the number of feet you can move.
Right. I'm gonna move there, and I'm gonna try to slap this big dude's dick off. Nobody's gonna have dicks anymore, by the way. They're all gonna disappear. So yeah, I can do that, right? Move and then attack. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Right, I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
Oh, son, you can't see me.
Okay, wow! Wow! Alright. That thing was kind of barely hanging on for life as it is. So you have absolutely killed that thing. How would you like to murder it? Please describe how it's died.
Kanye the Giant takes his big ass sword, pulls it back, winds up like halfway, twisting his body, swings, and fucking just chops the head right off, and the head just lands right on the face of the gnome. Just bleeding all over his face. He's stuck, and there's just blood all over his face.
All right.
Fish.
So the force of Kanye's of blow with this greatsword to the neck of the big hulking lizard man creature is enough to actually send it spiraling into the air, and it lands perfectly on Pedwin's head, leaking blood and cerebrospinal fluid and entrails and so on over his head like some kind of nightmarish helmet.
Is combat over?
Let me think. That is the last of all the creatures. So yes, combat has ended.
Right. Can I ask Holg to... We need to get that lifeboat back to us. Is it still close?
The lifeboat, in all this time,
It's only been like 6 seconds.
Yeah, it was only
There
my
is some
turn.
very powerful wind, and it is continually pushing the ship and the lifeboat away from each other.
But that wouldn't happen.
Sure it would.
I mean, it wouldn't. If the wind is pushing the lifeboat, it's gonna push it in the same direction as the ship. And if the big ship actually doesn't have any sails, it's gonna move slower than the lifeboat. So it constantly
ship-
push the lifeboat into the ship.
The big ship does have sails, and it was actually picked up by the wind and moved.
I remember that, but like, I thought that was before the lifeboat fell out.
Can I turn to Holg and yell to him and ask if he can get what was the
Boff.
guy's name? Boff? Can I yell to him and ask if he can get Boff to move that lifeboat closer to our boat?
Okay, he's quite surprised that. So he's actually gonna turn to you and say, "You know, Boff? Right, I guess he sent you over flying over the edge. Last I heard of him, he was shrieking like a little girl as the ship got flung."
While this is happening, can I get within 30 feet of him and still stay on the boat?
Let me see. So how many? What's your speed?
25?
25, and you were over here before.
Yeah.
You can get to like where Stevo is.
Okay, so that's gonna take you 2 movements.
Dash,
So
dash,
I'm
dash.
okay. It's gonna take you 1 movement then. So I'm gonna move the ship 1 movement's worth.
Okay.
Okay. So because the ship was actually picked up and moved, the boat is out here now. And how far away do you need to be?
30.
Boom,
Oop,
perfect.
don't want to move, Joe. You are within 30 feet of the boat, but actually not of Burnley. I gotta move him.
Oh.
He's in the middle of the boat, and the middle of the boat is not in 30 feet.
Can I grab onto some of the rope, leap off the side, and get within 30 feet?
You jump off the boat again in the middle
I'm
of a storm.
holding onto rope. Holding onto rope.
Make an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Uh...
Proficiency's 9.
You are in the middle of an increasingly violent windstorm, and you are not. Well, what is it you're trying to do?
You're also covered in fucking blood.
The blood of his enemies makes him stronger.
I'm used to this sort of thing. I'm trying to get within mage hand range to grab his sword.
Battle axe.
How much weight can a mage hand lift?
10 pounds.
10 pounds. Okay. How much does a great axe weigh? Probably less than 10 pounds.
It might actually be exactly 10.
A great axe weighs 7 pounds.
Yeah. Can I? Do I see his compass as well?
You cannot see Burnley. You cannot see any equipment that he has. You cannot see anything that he may or may not have on him, including the axe.
I thought it was just windy.
No, the skies have darkened for quite a while. I brought the fog.
I
of
thought
war.
you said the
you should
fog
only be
went
able to see
away.
the tip of the boat right now. Can you see through the fog of war?
No.
So you see the front of the boat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And-
he has disappeared into the darkness then.
Can I make a guess at where I last saw the axe? If I saw it while I was running over?
You were very far away. You did not see where the axe is lying.
Okay, I'm gonna make a grab. Just make my mage hand grab at something. Wait, does my mage hand have intelligence of its own? Let me see.
I think the mage hand just follows your direction. I think you even need to tell it where to go. Spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. The hand vanishes if it is ever more than 30 feet away from you, or if you cast the spell again.
It doesn't say how specifically I command it to retrieve something or do something.
You're right, it does not. So I'm going to Okay, so
Are you
what is
gonna
it you're trying to do?
Judgment
You're trying to
Lane us
you're
right
trying
now?
to blindly grasp into the darkness with the mage hand to try and find the axe.
Yeah.
You said you find his genitals.
Rip them back and bring.
Okay, let me see what Burnley's got on him.
Actually, how
Can I
long?
grab something real
How
quick?
long? How long is the rope on the ship? Would it be possible to tie a rope around the lifeboat and pull it back?
It doesn't matter though; he can't see.
Well, you can see the front of the lifeboat.
You can see the front of the lifeboat, but that's
Could
it.
he
If there's
send the
any
rope
rope
over with
near
the
enough
mage
to me.
hand?
Oh, okay.
Could he send the rope over with the mage hand and tie it to the front of the boat?
That's too far away.
Yeah, I don't think there's any loose rope near me. Like, there's the
Oh,
short
okay.
rope that was attached to the rigging rope, but the rigging
Yeah.
rope is like way the fuck away from me.
But wouldn't
So
it
there's a
not
small
matter
piece
how
of the
far
rigging
away it
rope
is?
that's still attached to the deck near where Pedwin is, and most of the rigging rope is caught on the mast right now, preventing the sails of the ship from fully collapsing. Okay. Do. He has got on him. All right, he's
What
got
do I
those two
blindly grab?
things. Okay.
Probably something on the outside. I don't want to grab his intestines.
I don't think you can do that with Mage Hand.
All right, I am rolling to see. Okay.
I grab his mantle of intelligence.
You grab. Well, your mage hand just kind of plunges into the darkness inside the where you project the boat is, because you can only see part of the boat in and amongst the darkness and the howling wind. And what it clasps as it brings back is it brings back a boot and a piece of paper.
Oh.
Yo,
Woo!
that piece of
Down.
paper that piece of paper could have vital information on it about how he's been scamming us this whole time.
Fuck.
Burnley is down
the
one
piece of
boot.
paper. We got a free boot.
And one piece of paper, which Joe does not know what it says.
And we don't see. Do we have any indication that the lifeboat will return from Hold?
The lifeboat?
Yeah.
The
That's-
lifeboat is drifting in the wind right now, and so is the
Yeah.
ship.
I asked Holg if it was possible to get what's his name to push the lifeboat back to us.
And he said that the last he heard from Boff was him screaming like a little girl as the tide fin was flung off into the distance.
Oh. Damn.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything while this grasping with the mage hand in the darkness is going on? Actually, I should have had the fog of war a little closer than that. I guess I shouldn't have given that to you. Oh well. Alright, I'm gonna fix the fog of war
I'm
now.
flung over the side of the ship. I can see a little further. I tell Big Mo to pull me back up.
Okay, I hear that.
I'll just hold Joe over the side.
Who's driving this thing?
That would be Dunwood, who is now getting up and running over to the... Oh, there it is. Heading over to the steering wheel. Let me get rid of the grid here. We don't need it anymore.
Your friend's a dick.
Can we ask him to follow Navigator Burnley?
So he gets there, and he is barking orders at his remaining sailors. So in and amongst all that, you can get a word in edgewise, Steve-O, but you overhear him saying, "We need to bring those sails down. If not, they'll tear the masts off the ship." And he can't yell up to the guy who's in the crow's nest, so this sailor here is going to dash as fast as he can to get to the base of the crow's nest to see if he can make that happen. He climbs up and out of sight.
I yell at the guy. Want me to set things on fire?
Wait, which guy?
That guy.
Captain Dunwood?
Joe sounded so excited just to ask that, even if it was in a game.
Dunwood looks at you very incredulously. The last he saw, you were being ejected from the ship, so he is shocked and amazed that you flew back onto the ship that he kicked you off of. Or sorry, not that he kicked you off of, that Burnley ejected you from. He says, I don't know how you made it up here, but please don't burn my ship down.
Just the ropes.
What a club at it, this'll do, yo.
There's flame in my hand.
Can you control it?
No.
Hey,
He's gonna
he's
turn
honest.
and yell even louder to the crow's nest now. Hurry!
Yo, before this clown burns my ship.
Okay, Big Mo, did you say something to Dunwood?
I just wanted him to follow the lifeboat with Navigator Burnley, like try to go off in that direction to try to find it.
So he's going to respond to your question. He's going to turn to you. It would seem that Burnley has been deceiving many of us. As much as I would like to chase him, right now I must look after the welfare of my ship. If you have any interest in pursuing him, please help us bring the sails down.
What do I gotta do?
Get up to the crow's nest. We need those ropes cut.
Alright. So, I'd have to go up here?
Yes, you do. So Steve-O is also going to climb up.
So we don't have a
you-
movement restriction anymore, right?
Not anymore. You can move around as much as you like. And let's see, we got that other sailor up here as well.
I'm gonna go chase after Big
And-
Mo and give him the boot.
Steve-O is on the crow's nest. Okay, do you see that, Steve-O?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that lizard man should be gone. Okay. So,
I don't know what I'm supposed to do up here.
well, the sailor who was sent up before you, he points over to this direction. And there's only one rope that is wound around the mast. You can see it's kind of irregularly jammed up against itself, and it's pure tension that's holding it in place, nothing more. He points to that one, and he says, "You get that one, I'll get the one behind us." And he runs over here.
I wish all my Dungeons and Dragons people
So
were
I have to-
Scottish.
I have to go out on this thing?
You have to go out on that thing, and
Okay.
the two of you begin hacking away at the ropes with your associated weapons.
Hand axe?
Well, with whatever you have equipped, or whatever you want to, really.
Hand
The
axe.
the other sailor's got a hand axe.
I'll use my hand axe. One of my two.
Okay.
Can Kanya the Giant ask Dumbledore what he meant by that guy was deceiving us?
Dumbledore?
I don't remember his name.
Are you talking about Joe's character?
No, this guy.
Oh, the captain.
Captain.
Sorry, what are you asking him?
What he meant by that dude was deceiving us, whoever the navigator is.
He stole the
I'm
lifeboat and
pretty
ran
tired,
away.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. So you're asking why Burnley fled the ship?
No, I'm asking why he... Because you said Burnley was unconscious. Wait,
yeah, Burnley was
did I miss
unconscious.
something?
Burnley
Did
was
he-
put to
was he-
sleep.
Did Joe put him to sleep because he was trying to steal the boat?
Joe put him to sleep because I think he wanted to steal his axe.
So was he trying to escape the boat at that point, or did the boat just... Or the lifeboat fall down because of the wind stuff?
He was trying to escape.
Okay, well then, yeah.
And in a stroke
Whatever.
of luck, Joe and I were already planning on trying to kill him.
So either way, yeah, what I want to know what he meant by that.
So Dunwood hears you and he turns to you and he says, "No loyal member of my crew would abandon this ship in a time of need. That man, I do not trust him. I do not know what he has done, but I am certain it is not good for our welfare."
Is that all of it? That's all he's got. He's got bad gut feeling.
No, he does have a bad gut feeling. Okay, he elaborates a little bit. He says, "I didn't trust him before, but he was good at what he did. He kept us safe for many months. He must have been planning this for quite some time. His cabins may reveal more about his designs. I suggest you search them and come back to me with what you find."
I'm going. You didn't get to talk to that guy. I'm going in.
I was gonna go in anyway.
All right, so the two
You
of
have
you.
Why do you have a grenade in your picture?
I don't know. He just gave himself a grenade.
There's no grenades in Isodoyo. Where's the club at?
There's gonna be grenades. Gonna be grenades real soon.
If Pedwin has anything to say about it.
Did we
Okay,
successfully cut the
so-
rope in the meantime?
You successfully cut the rope, and the mainsail and the foresail are both collapsing at the time that Pedwin and Kanye. So Pedwin and Kanye show up in the navigator's cabin.
What did he say again?
He just told you to search the navigator's cabin.
Kanye Giant searches his chest.
I'm searching the table.
I climbed down the ladder.
Wait, are these both chests here?
Which ones are you referring to?
The ones I'm like next to.
Yes, those are both chests.
Okay, I guess I searched the top one.
Okay. Joe, what did you do with the things you collected with your mage hand?
The boot I put down in the center of the ship to leave for Big Mo, and the note I just put in my pocket.
Okay. So you can add one tattered note to your inventory. Okay, so the chest is open, Kanye.
Cool.
And inside it you find a set of navigator's tools. There's a few different books. There are some fine clothes. And you find a bullseye lantern. Which is it's a lantern that has a metal shield around it that allows it to project its light forward in a cone. It currently does not have any oil or candles put inside of it.
Okay, but that still sounds like something I'm gonna steal.
Okay, so why don't you add a bullseye lantern to your inventory? Are you going to take anything else?
What else was in there?
There are navigator's tools, a few books, a set of fine clothes, and the lantern. Oh, and a couple of candles.
What are the books?
The books they're on a variety of different topics, including so some are about theology. Some of them are written in a language you don't recognize just yet. Wait, what languages do you know?
Dwarven and Common.
Okay, so one of them you recognize some of the words, and a lot of the rest of the text is in a script that is completely foreign to you. You've never seen it before.
Well, I'm taking a book because that might mean something.
Okay, so add to your inventory one odd book. Okay, and that is all that's in that chest. Now you are searching the table.
Senor.
Okay. On the table you find a variety of maps and a few different just kind of scrawled out notes. Nothing jumps out at you as particularly important. Make an investigation roll, please.
Investigate the shit out of this. Or not.
Investigate the shit out of nothing.
Okay. You are looking at the maps that are pinned up onto the wall, and they seem to be overlapping each other in what seems like an arranged pattern, with a few different colored lines drawn on it in blue and red inks. And some of them seem to come past Baldur's Gate and move in the direction you guys were traveling in, but other than that, you can't seem to discern any additional information from the charts and the maps.
Boo. Anything else on the table?
nothing of interest. There's just a couple of like small bags with some food in them. A half-drunk cup of ale.
If I wanted to.
Okay, you were going to search under the bed. Unfortunately, you do not find anything. Okay, is anyone on deck doing the same thing doing anything while these guys are searching the navigator's cabin?
Danny's trying to recover from being knocked out earlier.
Okay, Danny is recovering from being knocked out earlier.
I'm gonna climb down the ladder and grab the boot. Pull onto the boot.
Okay, you can add a boot to your inventory. Those on deck see Dunwood. Now that the sails have come down, he locks the steering wheel in place, and then goes back to his cabins, and for the time being disappears from sight.
I go back down on deck.
Oh, so Big Mo, you were showing up back on deck. Okay, are you on deck, Stevo?
Yep.
Okay, so Kanye is not here. Let me get rid of him.
I assume
Pedwin is not here. Okay. Alright, so all you can see for the time being, you are on the deck. The wind is still quite strong, but it's not jostling the ship the way that it did, even when it picks up. The ship will lurch side to side every so often as the waves and the wind kick up and slam into the side of it. But for the time being, the force of the storm is no longer causing everybody to lose their footing on board.
So, no
Hold.
dexterity roll or whatever.
You do not need to do any more dexterity rolls for the time being. Holg walks up to Big Mo. He says, "So, you saw the little one.
Yep.
Why exactly did you send you back up here?"
What did he just ask?
He's asking why you were sent back to the ship. Certainly it'd be a little safer to stay on board with him.
We were trying to retrieve an item for him.
An item? He best not have hired somebody else. Listen, you, I won't have you taking my contracts from me.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we'll see. And he moves off. He actually completely pushes this sailor who was mocking him earlier over and disappears down into the hold.
What's in the other chest?
Okay, back to the navigator's cabin. Is somebody searching the other chest?
Oh yeah, I was going to, but you just went to
Okay,
him.
so
searching
over
the
in this
table.
corner of the room, there's that other chest. There's a couple of crates and a barrel and a small table with 2 chairs. What are you looking at?
The second chest.
The second chest. Okay. So you open up the other chest. Inside, you find a few more books. These of a lot more mundane nature, and you find what appear to be supplies. So there's about 6 or so days of rations, a couple of water skins. You find some parchment that is blank. And that's about it in this chest. It's a little bit more plain looking. It's used to house less important things.
So basically, there's nothing in it.
There is nothing left in that one aside from what I listed.
Right, I'm not gonna lie, I almost fell asleep. Not because you're boring, just because I'm tired.
Oh, sorry, man.
So what was in the chest again?
So it's a few more books, some more mundane stuff, and just a few days worth of like food supplies, stuff which should be kept with the ship supplies, but for some reason is not. So there's rations and water skins that were kept separate. All right, are you gonna look at anything else, or Pedwin, are you gonna investigate anything else?
I'm gonna take the navigator's tools.
Okay, you can add navigator's tools to your inventory.
And I'm gonna search the crate and barrels, or barrels and crates. Crates and barrels.
Okay, can you make an investigation roll?
Yes, I can. Let's see if I do any better. Yeah, take that.
Okay. So you search in and amongst the crates and the barrels, and you don't find anything interesting. But as you are moving over, you jostle the table, and it basically falls over with even just a light bump, and you hear some rattling.
Investigate the table.
Okay, you are investigating the table now. I'm going to just use the investigation roll that you rolled. So as you poke and prod around, you find that the top surface of the table, there is a thin veneer that you can actually just scratch off. Like, it seems to be very recently applied and is not quite dry. And you peel it right off, and then you lift.
Flammable.
The veneer does not appear to be flammable, no. And you are able to get your fingers underneath the tabletop itself, and you're able to slightly lift it out of place. Okay. Let me see if I have something that covers this. Can you give me a second, guys?
No.
Never.
Please.
Nope.
Yes.
But I don't feel like I'm making it much further.
Okay, I can't see. I don't have anything that lists about traps, so I'm just not going to list it. Okay, so the top of the surface of the table comes loose, and you lift it up, and there is a compartment built into the table itself.
What's in there?
Okay, so you take a look inside the hidden compartment in the table. You find a few dried exotic plants and herbs that you do not particularly recognize. You're not very well known for plants.
No, I'm not.
I didn't think you had like a lot of nature stuff. I
used to have herbalist proficiency, but then
there are some old. Okay, there are some old what look like individual pages that were torn out of something else, and they have a single individual's handwriting written on them. There is a locked, ornate-looking cylindrical case that is lying along one of the sides. There are two glass vials. One is empty, and one is full of a brown liquid.
Drink the brown liquid, it's not poop.
what's in the case?
The case is locked.
The cylindrical case?
The cylindrical case is locked. You do not know
How
what's
is it
inside it.
locked?
It just has a lock mechanism on it that's preventing you from opening up the top where it's meant to open. It is unfortunate that your lockpicker is not available.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost and then Firebolt, one after the other, at the lock.
Those are some very, very well-directed spells. You have to make attack rolls for those, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, the lock's not moving.
The lock is not moving, no, but basically, as long as you don't
Laugh at
roll
Joe.
a 1,
Laugh at Joe as he misses a
as long as you
stationary
don't roll a
object.
1, you're going to be fine. So roll an attack roll, please.
Ray of Frost. Bam.
Wow, okay. Alright,
Bam.
so the lock freezes, and then you hit it with a puff of fire, and it just bursts, because the lock was very, very solidly frozen.
Fucking science, yo.
And it actually destroys the locking mechanism entirely. You cannot relock this case now. And the nice ornate nature of the case it's marred. It looks ugly now. It's not it doesn't look as good as it once was.
Nice, Joe. You gonna pay for that?
And inside the...
Now, how much XP did we get for that battle?
I'll get to that in a little bit, because you're still role-playing.
Yeah, it happens
Oh.
at the end of our session.
Okay, and
Oh.
and you inside the ornate case, you slide out what appears to be a very old, large map.
Where does the map show?
The map appears to show... It appears to show a diagram of the Sword Coast, but there are place names that you've never heard of on it.
Like Cinderin?
There is a handwritten note that is circling a region of empty ocean on the map, and you can see Cinderin and a question mark put after it. And there are several more long blue lines that seem to indicate ocean currents that are tracing a weaving course down through this area. Many of them seem to deflect away from the particular region that Cinderin is, and there is only a very thin, narrow band that just makes contact with that bubble labeled Cinderin. You also happen to note that that current then carries on past Cinderin and back up towards the northern part of the Sword Coast.
Okay. I'm gonna put it back in the case and kind of hold on to it so it doesn't fly open.
Okay, please add ornate map to your inventory. Are you going to investigate anything else that you found?
Can I take another look at the wall of maps? Now that I've
you-
seen this map?
You can take another look at the wall of maps, and you can see that there is definitely there's definitely a congruency. There's a lot of overlap between things. The ones on the wall are much more recent. They are place names that you recognize, officially recognized shipping lanes, trading routes, things like that. And they're all around. They're a mass-produced thing, so they're a little bit different quality. The one you're holding is much older.
I guess we're done in here.
That's the only thing you want to look at?
Well, is there anything else to look at? I mean, we looked at the chests, the table, the tables, the...
Well, you didn't look at the notes, and you didn't look at the vials or the plants that are in that compartment.
plants?
There are a couple of plants, one empty
the-
vial, one full vial of a brown liquid, and just a few handwritten notes.
Oh, there are notes in there?
Yep.
Take those out.
Okay. So you take out a few scraps of paper with some handwriting on it that matches the word Cinderin on the map that you looked at. Looking through the notes, you see that they seem to detail Burnley's thoughts as he's going about whatever it is he was up to. And he talks about his disdain for the captain. He talks about... there is one formula written where it says 2 parts water, 1 part nightshade, and 3 drops of ale. And then
Somebody poisoned the old captain.
and there
Yep.
is there's a small note at the bottom saying still has scent.
I'm gonna show the notes to the captain.
Okay.
I was gonna show the book to the captain to see if he knew the language in it.
Alrighty, you guys leave that room.
We're done, Joe. We're out of this shit. John Cena.
Okay, so you guys show up on the ship again. So I think everybody is on deck right now, like all the players.
Ethan, you're...
Okay. So Dunwood is not on deck. You don't know where he's gone.
Doesn't Danny
Boss
know?
man at?
Danny, where did the captain mans go? John, wake up. Son of a bitch.
His
Okay, well-
microphone's on.
I think
His
Big Mo
microphone's
saw it.
muted.
Sorry, Danny was recovering. He didn't see shit. He was just sitting on the ground,
Big Mo,
trying not to
you
pass
see where the
out.
captain went?
If he went in when I was up top, I didn't see him.
Well, there's only a
let's-
couple of other places on the ship that he could be right
Let's
now.
try his captain quarters.
Knock, knock. Open up,
I say we
sucker.
burn this ship to the ground until we find him.
Okay, so who's going to the
Hold on,
captain's
we
quarters?
have to remember Captain Dunwood is not a bad person.
We're knocking on his door.
Okay, who's going to see the captain?
Let's make it a party.
Okay, everybody.
Like, at least me and Joe should go, because we actually have shit we need to talk to the captain about.
Woo! Starbomb to the captain's quarters.
You don't get to do nothing. You're recovering from being a bitch and getting killed.
Not if the giant in the party carries me.
Well, that's not happening.
I'll go and carry Danny.
Okay, Danny is being carried by Big Mo.
You just drop him off the edge of the boat. No one needs him.
Okay, give me a moment.
Yo, where's what's his name, guy? Orc.
Holg went back down below decks, although you
Okay.
didn't actually see that.
That's why I asked.
Wait, where was... I thought he was on deck when that happened.
No, it's in the thing.
No, because that happened
Dunwood.
before I went up the ladder. Cole came up to me, talked to me, and went down.
Plumber? I didn't
I
ask
don't
for
know.
a plumber. Who is it?
Okay, maybe this will work properly
Oh,
this time.
telegram.
As I
Just a
said, it didn't
moment.
work last time.
I set Danny on the floor and say, "There you go, princess."
Yo, what's the penis on the bed?
That is... Yes, that was the crudely or hastily drawn corpse of the captain. And I'm actually going to switch that out for something now. Give me a sec.
A vagina.
Not
Is that
quite.
you that drew the fucking line of jizz, Steve-O?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much a vagina. It's a green vagina. I mean, it's a disgusting vagina, but
It's hard to draw, okay?
Okay, and you can see that he is partway through. Sorry, Captain Dunwood is partway through wrapping up his father's body in a death shroud. It's just like a white cloth that he's binding around him.
Now it's a tampon.
God damn it.
I had to do it.
He sees you enter, and he turns to look at you, and then turns back to his task and continues to wrap up his father's body.
I'm showing
Oh.
my notes.
I was gonna say, we walk up and say we found some stuff to talk to him about.
Tell him apparently your navigator would poisoned your father.
So he stops what he's doing and looks at the notes that you present to him. And you can see some of the color leaves his face, and his brow furrows and his eyes darken. And he looks up at the two of you and he says, "Did you find anything else?"
I show him that book. I found this book that I don't know the language that it's in.
He takes a look at the book and he turns to you and says, "Unfortunately, I don't know this either. I've never seen this book before." And he hands it back to you. "But these," and he looks at the notes. "According to these, not only is he responsible for my father's death, he intentionally brought us to this place. This ship was nearly torn apart by that storm, and he was ready to sacrifice all of us for it." You can see that he's clenching the notes in one hand now, and he is shaking with rage at this revelation. And he looks up at the four of you. And he, with a remarkable amount of confidence and almost happiness in his voice, he says, "How would you all fancy a chase?"
Oh yeah.
Gotta get that axe.
That's my axe, Joe. You can't even wield it. You're too tiny.
We're grabbing it for me.
Fight
Shall
you
I count
for
you
it.
in then?
Yeah.
Very
Mhm.
well. I cannot promise you much reward, aside from the satisfaction of choking the life out of that scum. And again, you can see he's very, very angry at this revelation.
I'm gonna go.
Can you
down
call him
to
scum again? That's pretty hot.
I'm gonna go into the navigator's guy's room and start. Actually, I'm gonna go down to the hold and get some. See if I can find some gunpowder.
Okay, that shouldn't be too hard. So Joe is going to go look for gunpowder. So you leave here temporarily.
I asked Steve-O how the hell he
to
got back on
hold.
the ship. I'm bad at his name. I don't know what his name is. What's his name?
Big Mo.
Big Mo. How did you get back on the ship?
We were flung
By what?
a fish.
Low charisma. It's the best.
Wait, what? What
A
charisma?
fish. My guy has unbelievably low charisma.
Yeah, he's not a very charismatic dude.
I forgot. He's not.
So
good at
Joe,
this
you come
speech.
down to the hold and you see Holg is rummaging around through the chest that the last of his belongings were in, and is also investigating what's in some of the barrels and things that are nearby. He's just basically looking for supplies at this point. Every so often he pinches his ear and says, "Boff." As he gets no response, he makes a disgruntled noise.
Looking for gunpowder.
You are looking for gunpowder. Okay, if you don't want to check anywhere specifically, why don't you do a perception roll?
Can I make an investigation to see where I might find gunpowder in this room?
Certainly.
Bloop.
Okay.
5.
So, in and amongst all the boxes, barrels, crates, and etc. of supplies, you do notice that there are several chests that are quite close to some of the cannons. If there's going to be anything for the cannons, it's probably going to be in there.
Look in there.
Alright, looking in there.
What about looking in here?
Okay, so, looking around, you find torches, you find another bullseye lantern and a few hooded lanterns, you find some flasks of oil, a couple of fishing nets, you find 2 bundles of rope at 50 feet each. There is a supplies for fishing, and there is a whetstone. In and amongst all of those chests, all 3 of them, it contains that variety of objects. And next to one of the cannons, tucked in between the chest and the cannon itself, is a small bag with black powder.
I'm gonna take that bag. I'm gonna take a rope.
You are going to take... Okay, so I want you to take 50 feet of rope, and you are going to get a 3-pound bag of black powder.
Does that weigh like 2.5 pounds?
It weighs just over 2.5 pounds. Approximately 1/2 a pound over 2.5 pounds.
So Kanye the Giant gives up on trying to talk to Big Mo and tries to follow Tinkle Spark.
What else was in the chests?
Double Spark.
Oh, the oil flasks? Can I get those?
Okay, you can take there are 8 oil flasks. How many do you want to take?
How much oil is in each of them?
I don't think it actually says how much oil is in them, but you can assume that 1 oil flask should have enough to light your lantern for, I'm going to say about 8 hours.
I'll take 2 flasks.
Okay, so that is 16 hours worth of oil that you've taken, so add 2 oil flasks to your inventory.
I'm gonna head to the navigator's room and start making a grenade.
Okay. Pedwin is headed to the navigator's room.
So at this point, I walk out of the other thing and confront Pedwin first before he gets to the navigator's room.
Okay, so you're going to stop Pedwin before he gets to the navigator's room?
Yeah, because I was going to try to speech to Pedwin.
Okay, nope, that's the hold. There's the main deck. Okay, and out here we have Pedwin and we have Kanye. They are already out here.
And Kanye repeats the question that he asked Big Mo to
Well, we met
Pedwin.
after we were flung from. After I was flung from the ship, and me and Big Mo met this other gnome on a little tiny fish magic ship. That was following this ship, and he was kind enough to fling us back onto this ship.
A fish magic ship?
Magic fish ship.
And why was it following the ship?
He's chasing after the navigator. He stole something from him.
Oh, okay. What did he steal?
This compass, magic compass.
Is that the thing I found? Did I find a compass?
Nobody found a
No,
compass.
Found a bullseye lantern.
You found a bullseye lantern, that is correct.
I don't know what that does.
It's a lantern. You use it to cast light.
Yeah, but like, why would it be
It's-
called a bullseye
It's
lantern? if it wasn't-
directional, so you point it like.
Oh, so it's like a
Yeah.
flashlight, essentially.
Yeah, it's basically an old-timey flashlight. So you can cast light. I think it's in like a 30-foot cone out in front of you, and it's
Okay.
not going to give off light in every direction. So you don't necessarily give yourself away by using it, unless you're pointing it at something that's looking at you or looking for you.
All right, cool. That's. Well, then I got nothing for Pedwin Mans. Wait, actually,
Well, you did find out a whole bunch of information you did not know.
yeah, that's true. I did, but I meant not from. I said for. But I
Oh, I
wanna.
see.
I wanna ask him about this book. Does he know about this book?
Do I know anything
Doesn't
about
it-
this book?
What languages
the-
do you know?
Common and Gnomish.
Okay, you do not recognize the script. You can go ahead and make a. Let me think. What would be appropriate here?
History.
Yeah, I'm thinking history. Go ahead and make a history roll. You can tell that it's not a language that's spoken by anyone you've ever met. It doesn't. The letters are not familiar. I should say the letters are vaguely familiar, but the orientation of them is different. You don't recognize any words in this language. Let me see if I can find out something for you here.
I'm not even gonna try to make a history check. Fucking -1.
No, you could like randomly crit.
Fuck it, YOLO. Nope.
Yeah, you have never ever seen this script before, so you don't recognize the letters, you don't recognize the words, nothing.
I got nothing for you, buddy.
But didn't you say he recognized it as nothing he's ever like even seen? so that, like,
What he
kind of
knows
is a
about
hint?
what he knows about the letters that he doesn't recognize is that they are not anything he's ever been exposed to, and he's a fairly learned gnome, so he's seen most of the common languages, at least written
Right, so, like,
down,
he
if
would've
not
seen,
spoken.
like, Dwarvish and Elvish and all that
Yeah,
shit, right?
he's seen the common languages that you would encounter, and this is none of them.
So that's actually an important bit of information.
Yes, it is.
Good work, Joe, on your roll.
Yeah. I'm learning.
Okay, and Joe is now going to
He's
go
all
make
booksy
his
smart.
grenade. So I'm going to go move you to there. You also haven't looked at the note that you picked up, Joe.
Is that your subtle hint to tell me to do it now?
You can
Probably.
do whatever you like.
That means
Biddy
look at the
Mao.
goddamn note.
I'll look at the damn note.
Biddy Mao.
Okay, so the note is partially torn. You cannot see. It basically abruptly cuts off after roughly 6 lines. And this is what you see.
Oh, is it gonna be all fancy and shit?
No, unfortunately, I tried, but I couldn't find any way to get like fanciful script. So I'm just gonna write it out
Is
to
he
you.
the only one that gets to see it? Damn.
You can totally ask him about it, or he can tell you.
No, but nobody else knows about the note except me yet.
Nope.
No, I know about it because I was in the room with you.
No, this is the one that he picked up off of Burnley when his mage hand reached into the darkness
Oh.
to try and snatch something.
What the fuck?
Is he? So Joe knows knows the language though.
Yeah, it's regular common. It's a very, very old note, though. Like, it is older than the map that he found. It is older than anything that he's encountered on the ship. It is a very, very old piece of paper.
Is it older than your mom?
Yes.
How? Like, I mean, I guess asking how old is it doesn't really count,
I
huh?
don't know it exists yet.
Joe, make your tinkering roll.
Tinker, tinker, tinker.
Did you finish the
Interdex.
cannon?
Yeah, I finished the cannon on the other ship.
Okay, so Steve-O, did you add the cannon to your inventory?
No. Do I add it as a ranged weapon?
Yes, it would be a ranged weapon. I mean, you could add a blunt weapon if you just decide to beat someone in the face with it, but you might damage
Okay.
it.
What's its range and damage and type?
I'm not the one who made it.
You should probably give him that, because I just make up some bullshit.
Oh, okay, all right. I'll look at some weapons and I'll decide that for you, Steve-O. Okay.
Probably look at the advanced weapons in the Dungeon Master's Guide, like the pistols. Probably similar to that.
I don't have this version of the Dungeon Master's Guide. Could you email me the version that you have?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Okay, so Steve, I'll tell you that once I take a look at this thing that Joe's going to send me.
Should my tinkering be interdex?
It's going to be Dex, because this is delicate work you are doing. I am going to go ahead and say that you succeed because the ship is no longer violently shaking. In fact, oddly enough, the weather seems to have cleared up pretty rapidly. So what was a very, very rapid onset of the storm, it became very, very furious for a while and then almost immediately cut out.
So can we assume that the storm was caused by those lizard assholes in some way, or
There is no proof of that.
but it kicked up because when they were here and now they're gone and it's gone?
It definitely was conveniently timed together, but there is not anything that because it fucked up the lizard creatures as much as it messed with you guys. It caused everyone to lose their footing. It didn't seem to be working to their advantage at all.
I see. Then maybe it was tied to asshole.
Spider, what the fuck
guy.
did you link?
It's the magic of 3D printing. I'm not sure why someone made that, but they made it.
Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up in a few minutes. All right, so here is how we will end it for the time being. So everyone is in the various parts of the ship they're in. I think most people are in the captain's quarters right now. So Captain Dunwood is going to head out onto the main deck and take a look at the current state of his ship. For the time being, I'm going to move everybody to the deck because he's not going to be cool if you guys are just hanging out in his cabin. So the only person that is not on deck right now is Pedwin because he is working on his grenade. Okay, so Dunwood is walking around kind of taking stock of what's happened on the ship. He's talking to some of his crew who seem to be eyeing... Well, he's not here right now, but they're kind of looking around for the different passengers. And you hear a slight argument between the captain and the crew. And you hear him say... you hear Dunwood say, "I know what the previous captain's orders were, but I am captain now. These people helped save this ship. They have proven themselves to me, and I will not have you question their loyalty."
Yeah, Dunwood. We're fucking G's now, son.
We are
Kind of
going,
giant goes up and fist bumps Dunwood.
confusedly,
Starbomb.
Dunwood
Thank
holds
you
up
and
his
goodbye.
fist, and the two of you bump fists. He turns back to his crewmen. "Even the prisoner. Have his gear returned to him, all his possessions. He will be treated as a guest aboard this ship as any other passenger." The sailor is about to speak up, and Dunwood just gives him a very stern look, and he thinks better of it and does not say anything. He moves over and talks to the other crewman who is coming down from the upper deck. And Danny, you overhear them talking about the damaged state of the ship. And Dunwood nods and lets the crewman go back to his work. Dunwood then goes up to the main deck and announces to everybody that is on this level of the ship, "We are not yet in fit condition to set sail. We will need some time to enact a few repairs. Thankfully, we brought the sails down before too much damage was done. The ship itself is intact, but we have no navigator, and
I poke my head out and say, I could totally do that.
Totally do one.
Navigate.
You don't... Well, I mean, you could use them, but you don't have proficiency with those tools. Do you want to try?
Yep.
Okay. Dunwood looks a little confused, and he says, "I have some experience with navigation as well. Let's both try."
Sure.
Okay, so I want you to make an intelligence tinkering.
Intelligence tinkering?
Yeah. Or actually, you know what? No, just an intelligence ability check. Okay, thankfully Dunwood's experience is able to make up for some of your rookie mistakes when it comes to plotting a course. Also, in the meantime, Dunwood pulls out his telescoping spyglass and has been looking around in the meantime. And on the reports of his crew, he has identified land off in the distance. And they adjust the sails and the keel of the ship to allow it to slowly turn in that direction. And you are now heading towards the distant landmass.
It's totally Cinderin, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, I do know, but...
Damn it, Joe, you're bringing us to death again.
This is the only land around for quite some time. Even if you didn't know where it was, the repairs that the ship needs to undergo would require you to make landfall.
Is this a real place or something you made up?
I made this place up.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Like, by real, I meant real in the D&D universe, so it's still not real.
It's real to me, damn it.
Man, I'm amazed it's like, no.
Okay. So in the time it takes to sail towards the landmass, It is definitely going to be over 8 hours. Everyone can consider themselves long rested. Please recover all your hit points, any hit die that you have expended. You can recharge those. Any abilities that you have used up, you get all those uses of abilities back. And as night falls, you and your crew close in on the coast of the island that you have been closest to.
Actually, I probably made a bomb, not a grenade, because grenades are
Okay.
5d6.
Or 5d6? Yeah, that's a
Grenades
little
are
bit too
5d6.
powerful.
Bombs are 3d6.
So how- Okay, that sounds better. The bomb.
How much
So
of
over that time,
I want to know, like, roughly how much of the black powder would you say I used up to make that?
I'm gonna say because you've never done it before, it took a few attempts.
I've
so
done it before.
Oh, you have done it before.
I've totally done it before.
Okay. So I think I said you found a 3-pound bag of it.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that you now have. Let's go with.
4 pounds.
Let's go with 2.5 pounds. Actually, you know what? That's a little bit too much. 2.75.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So, guys, I need some time to sort out the experience, but given the circumstances upon which you guys departed, I'm gonna wrap up with the following line. The following lines. Dunwood, who hasn't said much on the journey towards the island, has just been speaking very solemnly with his crew. And before everyone is going to settle down for the night, he conducts a small ceremony where the body of the crewman that fell to the lizard men and the captain's body are both lowered into the ocean and let go. And there's a very quiet moment. And Dunwood, for the first time, takes off his hat and holds it down and just lowers his head for a little while.
Is he bald?
He is not bald. He's got plenty of light brown hair. He hasn't said much since his last decree that they were going to go chase Burnley. But now he does speak again for the first time in several hours. He says, "Father, I don't know where he's run to, but I know what he's done. And I will not rest until we have caught him and we have brought him to the justice that this ship deserves. You were kind to me, and for that I thank you. I inter you to the sea that you have spent your life aboard." And with that, the bodies are released out into the water, and you just see them kind of float and slowly put distance between the ship and themselves. And they eventually fade out of sight and sink beneath the surface. And with that, we will end.
It's a real up cheery note to end on.
Well, I don't know. I think it's a reasonable
Listen,
after
if
effect.
people are dead, it should be party time. Excellent. Maybe some Wayne's World.
Actually, you know what? I keep forgetting this because Holg is quite the party animal. So I'll tell you what.
My
You do
stupid
hear-
comments have persisted.
You do hear from the hold some music being strung up. Danny has finished restringing his lute, and he is trying to pick up everybody's mood with a tune.
Meanwhile, nobody knows where Collar is.
Well, Collar's just been down in the hold the entire time. He
Gets 0 experience.
he is now
he didn't
fully
roleplay
recovered.
very well.
He is fully recovered. I'm gonna give him a diminished amount of experience.
Hey,
What? You think he deserves none?
if we got none,
That is-
Okay,
that is a
that's
good
fair
point.
enough. I only gave Pedwin and Stevo 250.
Or
And
you
he
can give
didn't
us
do any
more.
role playing, so
And he did not do any role playing. Okay, so
it's 0 for
Faisal
me.
will and I think he already gained enough from the first battle, so he is not going to participate in this. Everybody that passed into level 2 as a result of the previous battle, this battle is now concluded. You feel free to level up your characters, add your total max to your hit points. Any level 2 abilities that you have unlocked.
What is the
please
total
unlock
max?
them.
15 or something? Do you have
You're
2?
a paladin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for paladins,
Well, I was already at 13 because it was like 10 plus
Your Constitution modifier.
Constitution. Yeah.
so paladins on each level gain 1d6, which you can roll, or you can. Sorry, 1d10. 1d10. My bad. So paladins can roll a d10 and take
I
that
see
number
that.
and add their Constitution modifier, or you can just assume that you roll a 6 and then add your Constitution modifier to that if you want to be more safe. It's probably better to take the
YOLO.
safe route on your first level.
Nope. Suck
Oh
it.
wow, okay. So it's 9 plus your Constitution modifier, and that becomes your
Damn.
new hit point total.
And my current will still be my max,
Well,
right?
that's the exact
'Cause of the
same we
rest
would
of
have
it.
got anyway.
Is the
No, because that has Constitution modifier added to it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's D10 plus 3. That's 6 plus
Wait,
3.
what am I
Oh,
rolling?
I see. He spent a hit dice. Okay, yeah. So you add 9. Danny,
Where?
you are going to. You can just spend a hit dice.
Is Constitution modifier, is that the number on the left or the right or Oh.
Constitution modifier is the number in the box above your Constitution score.
okay.
Where's the roll of
3.
hit dice? Oh, hit
Um,
dice.
It's
Oh,
underneath, under your heart. Yeah, there's a hit dice button. Just hit the blue one.
Which one do I hit? D10?
It should be the only one that you have. So yes, a D10.
Or you can just do 6 plus your Constitution modifier.
Yeah, so you can either
That's
risk
it,
it
yeah.
and roll the D10 and see what you get, and then add your Constitution modifier.
Wait, so did I add my Constitution multiplier when I got the 9 then?
It was already added because of what you did.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so JD, you are going to add 5 to your hit point max. And Kanye is going to add 9 to his hit point max.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay, let's do some experience.
Wait, didn't they level up last game?
They did.
Yeah,
Because it was in the middle of a fight, they didn't actually level up.
Oh, okay.
right. So Joe was saying I should already had lay on hands at level 1.
Yeah, you have paladins have lay on hands at level 1.
See, like, I didn't have any spells.
We have to add them manually.
Yeah, I know, but
It's
HPG
not
said I
really
didn't have any.
spell, it's ability. You heal from a pool that regains every day.
So what? Yeah, but where do I?
Look at the player's manual.
Yeah, but where do I put that in my sheet thing?
Under class abilities, class actions.
Where is that?
Under the class tab.
Where the hell is the experience generator on this thing again?
On where?
On Donjon?
Class actions, that one?
Yeah.
Is that what you said, Joe? Class actions?
Yeah. I mean, just add up all the experience from the creatures without any without the difficulty modifier, and then divide it by number of players.
Okay. So, the total number of things killed today were 4 soldiers, 2 shamans, and 1 bruiser.
I think there were 2 shamans.
There were 2 shamans, I said 2
He
shamans.
said 2.
Oh, I thought you said 1.
Nope. Okay. So there's a challenge rating.
Just because you're bad doesn't mean he is.
What?
Suck it. It also says divine sense. What's that?
You can sense certain kinds of divine beings within a radius of you.
So I should put that in there too then?
Sure.
It says level 1.
Yep.
So, and I don't know how to.
Use it.
Yeah, but I don't know what to put the stuff.
What do you mean?
Like, what do I put in my chart for it? It says like current, max, recharge.
Current. Well, max is 5 times your paladin level. So that's gonna be 10.
For now. And then current is what?
Current is also 10 because you haven't used it at all.
Okay. Recharge.
Long
Gain
rest.
from. And then gain
Paladin.
from. Just gain from paladin, right?
Yep.
Long rest, you said?
Yep.
Alright, what? That was lay on hands, right?
Yep.
Oh, alright, so what's divine sense?
It's just passive.
So,
Just
what do I.
look at the ability and read what it does. I haven't looked closely at it. You don't really even need to add it, just so long as you're aware of it. And the DM's aware of it.
I mean, it's fine that it's in there then, right?
I
As
did
I
not
yawn
understand
through
what
it
you
up.
just said.
I said it's fine that it's in there then, right? It's not
Yeah.
like it's wasting space.
Okay, so Pedwin and Stevo, who were at 250 experience before the battle, you guys are going to come up to 800 in total. Sorry, no, I'm doing the math wrong on that. That is going to be... No, yeah, sorry, 800. And the guys that were... so this would be Danny, Kanye, and... blah, I'm missing somebody here.
Dude, my XP randomly didn't save.
Oh no! Right, yeah, Caller's not, and Dunwood and Holg, I'll do theirs later. So you guys, because Danny I know killed at least one. Actually, I think you guys got one each. So
I
you
killed
guys were
two
at...
guys, I'm pretty sure. Because I killed
So-
the brute.
I killed 2 as well.
I slapped one
Some
guy's
fuckers-
dick off, and then I got blood all over Joe's face.
I cut one guy in half and I shot my sword through another guy's face.
That is... Oh yes, you got that guy through the neck as well. Okay, so the guy that Danny killed was 150, so 150 for him. And it was 200 for the big guy, but that was split.